Oh,
I said something.
oh damn.
Stop
We're
saying
supposed to say
something.
anything.
Shh.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
We need an
Hey!
intro.
We do need an intro. No. You know what we need?
A name?
We need a
What?
title.
Yeah, we need a title.
How are we
Title
gonna do that?
first.
I actually
Then
was
an
it Gary's
intro.
idea to ask the chat. I love
Yeah.
that.
That's a
Chat
great
knows
idea.
best. Chat knows best. In fact, I gotta bring up chat. Did someone share it so I can share this?
I haven't
Share what?
shared it yet.
We're sharing.
I don't know.
The stream. What
Oh,
do
the
you
stream.
mean?
Oh, I'll send it to you. I
Here.
don't know what you're saying. Share.
Hang on. We're gonna hear ourselves. Oh, nope. All right.
Are we live on Rumble too?
No, but we'll
Not
be
that.
live on Rumble.
Oh, we got to do that.
Once we have a name.
That'll be
See-
the channel name.
We come up with the show first, then
Right.
the channel name.
Okay. All right.
And then
What's
an
up,
intro.
chat? How you doing?
I love we're sharing Untitled Paranormal Show.
I was playing on the fact that we're gonna pick one.
I think
pick
it's
a
bigger
name.
than paranormal, though. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
accurate.
it's like
yeah.
so many different things.
It's going to be a lot of stuff. I think we have one
Yeah.
name we kind of like, but we want to like chat. I don't know how we're going to do because I'll have to because I don't want to miss one. But honestly, that's how Friday Night Tights got named was from the chat.
It's true.
So
That's a good name.
It's a damn good name.
Damn good name.
Should we do a poll? Should we work a poll?
Yeah,
I
we
get
get some
Friday
more-
Night's Tights theme song in my head often.
It's
Like,
a damn good song, man.
It's now in my head right now, just because I said that.
I'm sharing.
Bam, 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 bam.
Friday Night Tights, like the.
And I see Garrett's
good.
face.
Friday Night Tights. I was
think
drunk as
it's,
shit when I did that.
Were you drunk?
Yeah, I was super drunk.
Not Vegas drunk though.
But that was Vegas. That not second Vegas.
Not second Vegas.
That was first Vegas.
I'm gonna scroll and find these
where you
names.
roofied yourself.
Goodness,
Get
man.
attention.
I blacked out, dude.
I don't enjoy getting that far into it.
I did not expect to get that far into it.
That's
All
what they always say.
That's what they always say, Garrett. All right, so
Yeah.
it's shared. I shared it.
Oh, you shared it? Okay.
I did. So today, hi everybody. Welcome. Al Bundy, Peg, Eric K, the Happy Plague Doctor, V for Veneta. V for Veneta. I like that. Max Fisher. Shield Wall, the Dragon. I get that. John Riley, Kefu, John Bravo, Iron Man 412, Insanity Methods, Jay Leva, Winterwolf CR7. Hi, how's it going? Ryan Welsh. Welcome to the Untitled Paranormal Show. I guess we'll like once we start BSing, we'll just tell you guys to start throwing out titles.
Is my audio low?
Your
I just turned it up. Is that better?
That's good.
That sounds
That
great.
sounds good.
That's
Sounds
good.
better. Okay. Sounds good.
I mean,
Yeah, maybe we should pick some out of the out of the chat.
Yeah.
And the ones that we like the most, we put in a poll and then we do the poll.
Okay, well, let's do a little idea of what we want the show to be, right? Because I think that's
philosophize
that's
a little bit.
So I love the original idea that was brought to me by Garrett after a Friday night stream. No. After Gary I interviewed Gary on my show.
That's what it was, yeah.
And I was talking to Garrett like 2 days later, and I was like, I can't stop watching Randall Carlson. And he was like, all the Randall you can handle coming soon. And I was like, what is that? And he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get you in. And I'm like, I love this. Whatever it is, I want in on it. So the original name that I heard that I thought in my head that I just like put a pin in was all the Randall you can handle. But Randall is definitely a huge influence for sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think that it's so much like paranormal, ancient humans, things that are unexplained, knobs in megalithic structures that are found in Montana. Remember, we got to show that video. In the Montana,
we'll show it. We'll show it.
We got to show
not
that.
Believe that. I didn't know it existed, and
neither did I.
I'm like, we got to go see that. We got to go.
Oh
yeah. I agree. So it'll be. I mean, we'll also talk about UFOs. I have no problem with that, but I'm a grounded person when it comes to that. I don't get into the wacky woo woo of it. I'll look at videos.
Yeah,
logic. And there's certain people like think Richard Dolan. That's the guy I think is the number one ufologist in our country. He's super grounded. And he kind of fell into it. So he takes a very practical approach to it, and that's who I like. I'm not going to get into David Wilcock or any of that wacky stuff. If you like it, that's cool, but not my thing. Not my thing. But definitely like ancient civilizations is my thing, and that's probably because I don't know. I watched In Search of when I was a little kid because Spock was on it, and my first book, my first paranormal book was Charles Berlitz's The Bermuda Triangle. That was my gateway drug. Then I've got all the Velikovsky books, First Prince. I just bought them all, so because I'd never read them, so I'm gonna like burn through them all now for the show. And yeah, research. We're gonna do. I mean, the plan is to make this a weekly show. We're going to travel places. We got big plans for this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Go on Randall's tours, and we're gonna have guests. So once we
so we need some kind of title that would bridge kind of all of those gaps. You know, it's an umbrella term, something like that.
Yeah.
And I think, like, again, like you guys said, it's really something about, it's like exploring. It's questions. It's questioning stuff. It's like, what are these things? And then practically questioning it. It's like, how does these things form? How is that? Where did that come from? It's like the whole Randall philosophy of finding something. He was standing on that ridge and went, wait, how did this get here? Let me do some research on it. And then he went out and did it. So it's that kind of like exploring adventure aspect to it.
So I found the original tweet from December 14th. It's from Tex Machina. Tagged all three of us and said, I think a great name for the Sunday paranormal show would be The Quickening, with a fitting tribute to Art Bell. I wasn't familiar with Art Bell, so I don't understand the reference, but I was waiting to have you explain it to me, Gary.
It is a nebulous reference, but it is basically the shifting of our consciousness, a paradigm shift, the quickening. He would also reference like, you know, Art Bell and Whitley Strieber wrote The Coming Global Superstorm. He was really into the environment and thought things were about to go really sideways with the pole shift. So it also was.
It is shifting and it is increasing in speed, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
it's not slowing down anytime soon.
I just don't. The boomerang, stop it.
The boomerang.
So that's one that I liked. The other one that I liked was in our chat 2 shows ago, or even the last show.
Yes.
What's
Unsettled
that?
Science.
Yeah, that's the one.
I really like that one.
Yeah.
Unsettled Science is kind of cool.
So, but I'm keeping an eye on the chat. The quickening is too close to the quartering. I'm not too worried about that.
I could see it. That was my first thought as well, which I don't like about that, you know.
Yeah.
Like kind of getting like to the heart of the matter, or to the root of some root science. I don't know. I'm just like freestyling right now.
No,
Lady Gravemaster came up with a good word, frontier, which I like that word. But I'm trying to think of something to go with it.
Victor. That's funny. Yeah, I like frontier. Frontier science is kind of cool.
Frontier science.
But yeah, like it's kind of like the undiscovered country. It's in that,
it's got a Star Trek-y kind of feeling to it.
I like it.
Yeah,
the final frontier kind of.
It's not easy. Usually I can come up with names for things, but this one's been a little tough.
The final frontier sounds kind of cool. Forbidden frontier.
Frontier.
That's kind of cool too.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's pretty good.
That's mysterious.
Actually.
That's mysterious.
Well, and it is forbidden. I mean,
I'm writing it down.
Look at the way Graham is being persecuted. I mean, they called him a white supremacist. They called him all these crazy things. Like, I've seen some insane articles, and if you go to his Twitter page, he's compiled a lot of them, and you could just look, and it's like from that documentary on Netflix. Like that? Like how?
Exactly.
Well, there's tons of other documentaries that come out and nobody talks about.
Like nobody talks about Skinwalker Ranch, which is like the wacky show there is, and I love it.
So weird.
I think what it is, it's like Ancient Aliens or like the stuff like
Ancient Frontier. I like that.
Ooh,
I like that.
I like that a lot.
Write that down.
Ancient. Who wrote that? Hold on.
I think the reason
just
he's
saw
getting
it.
so much flack is because it does make a lot of
Chris
sense.
Starkiller. Sorry.
It's a little too close to home, you know.
Wait,
It's
what
like
is? What is? Say it again.
No, the reason
ancient apocalypse. It's like there's too many things that line up in it, so they have to like overly trash it to
Right.
try and be like, this is all ridiculous. It's all
because
stupid. It's all
getting a
hoo-hoo.
lot of attention, and it's getting a lot of attention from people, and it's backed by science. There are legit scientists who are behind this, and at no point did Graham say that anything he says is fact. This is
and then a month later, a huge cache of animals get found, basically proving a massive flood that is what they weren't hunted to extinction. It's like, oh, Graham was probably just like,
just sipping his tea, like,
yeah, sipping his tea, his DMT. See what I did there?
Yeah. That's the man. When I'm it's got to be when I'm pretty freaking old. I'll try that. But it's got to be like when I'm like 80.
Yeah, you're like on the way out, and you're like, all right, let's
go.
On
the way out anyway. If I make it that far. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on the chat. You guys are coming up with some good suggestions.
Yeah, I'm reading them now.
New ancients,
finding ancient guys. I can't even highlight that. Mike McGinnis,
Forgotten Frontiers.
Nice acronym for finding ancient guys.
You know, you joke, but we do have to think about what's the acronym going to be.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
I mean,
Ancient Frontiers is AF, and it's like, you know, a little close to, base AF, it's kind of feel
a little touch of that, little
no, I love that. A little,
base AF. That's fine.
It's base. It will be.
Probed.
It will be base AF.
Probed Frontier.
I mean, I can see the merch already. Base AF,
Yeah.
The AF.
The AF.
I don't know. Something cool. Chat, you guys are all coming up with good stuff.
Yeah, you are.
Frontier's Edge is kind of cool. I like that. That's from Draco.
Cool,
Frontier's Edge. That's a good vibe.
Gary Potter. Yep.
I love it. Let's just go with that.
Let's go. There it is.
We'll run with it.
What do we want to look at first? Do we want to?
I have the Montana.
Do you have the Montana stuff?
Yeah. I sent the tweet over there.
Take a peek at that, and then we'll look at. I guess we'll go over Boneyard, Alaska. Holy shit! So Adam sent me this. It was a Joe Rogan podcast from like a week ago. I've listened to it twice. Holy shit! It's unbelievable. It is like all this stuff is crumbling down. Like there's just this guy in a 5-acre area is digging up hundreds of thousands of mammoth.
Not just mammoths either.
Mammoth, dire wolves. Like stuff that wasn't supposed to be there. How about the weirdest one? The blue feather. The big blue feather that was inside of a mammoth tusk that he found. The feather's like this big, and they said that no blue feathered things existed up there, but they did.
Clearly,
it goes into the whole like dragons existed thing, which I had never really gone down that rabbit hole. And and there was a guy who like made a pretty logical explanation, like there could have been a big flying lizard or a big bird, and it wouldn't fossilize because the bones are so light they'd be gone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
All right, here's the
dragons.
So this I saw just perusing. I've started to follow a lot of megalithic stuff and kind of introduce that into my stream, which is actually really nice because my stream my threads is mostly political stuff, and it's nice to get like a break. I'm like reading politics. Oh, a new megalithic structure was
that's rad.
Discovered in Montana. Like what? So it was cool.
Yeah, I like. Is there any way this could be natural, or are they?
Look at it. Play the video. There's no way. There's no way this is natural.
This is not Montana.
Montana. Look at that. It's a freaking wall.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this is not natural. There's no way.
No.
Yeah, that like look how close those lines are. That ain't natural, man.
Where in the fuck did they find it?
It's like on top of a mountain.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Whoa, it's way bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's huge.
Wow.
Oh well, it's got to be. I mean, this would have been
There's
all
audio,
under
and
ice.
there's audio, and he's explaining it. I
Yeah,
can't
you
hear
are-
anything.
Is it
Yeah,
explain?
we
Okay, hold on.
we can't hear anything.
Did I share it?
Okay, so that's 2 boomers. I'm the last
Tally
one
'em
holding out.
Tally them up.
I know he talks a little bit, and then there's cheesy elevator music. No?
No, it's just
Oh, I think I dug into it a little more.
it's just anime cutscene music.
Well, it's good that we've got it, right?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah,
That's huge. And you don't know how deep into the ground that goes. Because look at how wide the slabs are, and then the bottom ones are like looking like they're halfway. So who knows how deep that actually goes?
Right. Yeah.
If
It's so
a major
straight,
flood
like-
came and Montana was hit, I mean, look at where Montana is. That place is getting hit with water.
It is. Well,
Right.
it's what wasn't under ice, but a lot
Right.
of Montana was right at the edge of that's where Lake Missoula was, and
Right.
holy crap, that is
Yeah,
crazy.
we gotta go here.
Yeah, we do.
Yes. Put that on a pin. Put it.
Yep.
Destinations.
Sorry, I'm gonna be eating dinner here because I'm freaking starving. So
Me too.
I'm
And
killing
I realized how hungry I was like 5 minutes before I jumped in.
Oh man.
I was like, oh man, I'm really hungry. Oh shit. All right, whatever.
I
For
ordered
sure,
food
dude.
like an hour ago.
Smart.
I'm not usually one for super chats, but I love these shows. So take my money as a message to do them more often. Freshmaker 0088 for $7.99 Australian. We will. This
Thank
is
you.
going to be a regular
What's the
thing.
plan?
That's the plan. Crigler, roll me a 13, and can we get a dance to Chicago? Cheers and hail to the fellowship.
Well, cheers, Arigato. I'm not playing music, but I will roll the die, and you both can get a guess. It has been rolled.
1 out of 20.
1 through 20. Yeah.
Okay.
And good luck, chat. Anyone can
11,
win.
11.
13.
Garrett. Okay, it's neither of those two. All right, I'm watching chat. You guys can win. This would be the first actual dice win on this show. Good luck, have fun. I'm watching the chat. It's 1 through 20. Someone's got to win it. Come on. I'm waiting for it. No one's got it yet.
69. Nice.
Seriously. I have a 100-sided die. I could technically go for the 69 roll. I can't believe Nope. Finally. JB, congratulations. You are the first official winner of nothing on this show. You've just won absolutely nothing. Go to any store at all, grab anything you want, and put it back because you actually won nothing.
Unless you're in San Francisco, then you could just walk out.
Yeah. Just
Well,
take
I
it.
do not condone any of that. Neither does this show.
Well, their government condones it.
But JB, congratulations. Maybe call someone you love and tell them you won nothing, want them to have it because you care for them so much.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Well done. Well done. So this guy has a gold mine. I guess he's like
And a show.
and a documentary, and I hadn't heard any of this. And
Well, the documentary was not about the gold. Shit, what was it about?
And you're talking about the guy that found the
woolly
bones.
mammoth on his property.
woolly mammoths.
Mm-hmm.
well, and all the other bones, like hundreds of thousands,
And the other things that
in
came along with
5
it.
acres of land at
Right.
a gold mine that is kind of close to the Fort Knox gold mine, which I didn't even know that was there, which is the largest open mine in the United States, and you can see it from space.
Wow.
And while I was dicking around on Google Maps, I noticed something I never knew existed in Alaska: giant sand dunes. There's
What?
Giant,
Alaska?
like in the middle of Alaska, there is like a desert.
What?
The
What?
weirdest fucking thing. Because I thought there was the
Google
gold.
Maps.
Alaskan.
So I zoomed
Google
in on
Maps.
it, and it's
Sand
fucking sand dunes, and it's like
Google
multiple
Maps, come on.
places. All right, all
Yeah,
right.
it's
Let's-
totally-
I got to see this.
Hang on.
But I was listening to a bunch of spaces on January 6th. And, because there were so many spaces going on. But I heard this sheriff talking about, he's from New Mexico, this New Mexico sheriff from like the randomest county in the middle of nowhere, New Mexico. And of all the things, most of the things were about politics, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to get into that. But he said something that I was like, what did you just say? He said they just found the largest amount of gold in one spot ever in New Mexico. And the government forced them to cover it back up and bury it. Because if the gold hit the market, gold prices would hit nothing. Gold would be worthless. If this amount of gold hit the market. And I'm like, that's a lot of gold. Like,
that
what?
Is a shit ton of gold.
It's in New Mexico?
That's what this guy said. And I was like, wow. All right. I mean, he's in New Mexico. He's a sheriff in New Mexico. So I was like, wow. All right. And
he didn't just stake that fucking claim and say it's mine.
Yeah, you just slowly leak it out.
Like, I will certainly rebury it, sir.
Yeah. Certainly.
I would
certainly
chip away at it. All right, so here we go.
All right, bring us back. Let's do this.
I'm gonna show you guys. I'll show you on the map how I found it.
Alaskan desert. That's not two things I'd ever hear in the same.
We're looking at Alaska, and where the gold mines are is like right around here. Can you see my cursor?
Yeah,
the Alaska thing. But I saw this, and I'm like, "What's that? What's this little dot right here?"
Yeah.
It's fucking sand.
What the hell? It's like it's like one dot. What is
sand dunes? Like what the? And that's just one of them.
That is.
It's like a pimple in the middle of Alaska.
Yeah, isn't that's freaking weird? And there's a lot more. There's more right here.
Right here. What?
Where does the sand come from?
It must be like an old lake or something from a glacier. That would be my guess.
That's a lot of sand.
More right there, but that's a lot of sand. So it had to be a lake of some kind, maybe.
Huh.
But yeah, there's more. Boom, boom. There's 3 of them, and there's a bunch up north, I guess. But we're talking about, is that it? Is that it? Yes, there it is. So that's the Fort Knox gold mine right there.
Holy cow.
Okay, and Joe Rogan pointed out, he's like, that looks gross. It does. It looks disgusting.
Yeah, it really does look like a wound.
Yep. So our guys, he's down here somewhere. I guess there's some river or whatever, and that's where he found all this shit.
Like it's interesting because all gold
up in Alaska.
Is it true? I thought it might be. I might be wrong, but all gold came from meteorites, right? Like that's not natural.
That's a suggestive shape.
No, I don't know. I thought gold was just always part of the earth, and it's the most resilient metal. Like it doesn't oxidize or rust. It's not very hard, but you can mix it. You can alloy it. Although Celebrimbor couldn't figure that out in Rings of Power.
What if I put this and this together?
An alloy, you say?
An alloy. But they had so much gold in places like Titicaca that they were like making metals that they don't make today because they mixed a little gold with them. And yeah, it's
those lost arts of the Smiths. Like Smiths were actually regarded as like magic men almost because of what they could do with metal. So imagine all the things we've forgotten.
All the gold that's deposited in our planet was formed during the explosion of stars and the collision of asteroids and eventually found their way to Earth over time. Quick Google search or DuckDuckGo. Or actually Brave. I don't even use DuckDuckGo anymore.
You don't?
He's Brave.
No.
He's Brave now. Interesting.
That I did not know. The chat will probably know.
So if that's the case,
it's not a flat Earth stream.
Let's just
round. Okay.
Yeah, Earth is a
very
globe.
Round. Well, it's
look. I got proof. Hold on. Here, look. See,
it slightly wobbles.
There you go.
See,
it's round.
Oh, it's not an exact round.
Whoa! What's
sphere.
that? Why
That is
is
fucking
in
cool.
your
What is
hand?
that?
What is that?
This is a magical globe.
Oh, because it spins inside the. Oh, I got it. I was like, oh, where'd you get that? I need that.
That sits in a membrane.
This used to be on the Timcast IRL desk, and I acquired it in the divorce. We'll just put it that way.
Good. And you got the UFO too, right? So
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's spin it because I feel like
Spin
it's
it.
very fitting for this show.
it is.
So here's a good spin. This is for chat. Chat, this is for you guys. Thanks for all your help
Oh, I
coming
just
up with
spin
names.
mine with. I just take my hand and give it a little spin.
Yeah, but it's very
you
easy
use
to
air.
knock it off.
Well, you
and I
got
don't-
the
I don't want it.
real one, right? I got the knockoff Amazon shit, whatever. But
I have the real one on multiple levels too. I have the original UFO, the one that actually was being spun, not the fake imposter that I hear that they bought a new one and have someone else spin it, even though that was my thing.
You guys talk amongst yourselves. We're having a problem with my food order. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Be right back.
That's
All
not
right.
good.
So what I was going, the reason I brought up the gold thing, right, is because if you look at, are you controlling or is he controlling it?
Controlling what?
Can you bring up Google Maps again?
Oh,
Or
yeah,
was that,
let me bring it
was
up.
that him?
That was him.
So, but you can bring it up.
Mhm.
Okay. So if you look at that area, right, and we talk about isostatic depression. So if all of North America was pushed down, and that would mean the Azores was higher up in elevation, and also like North Russia would be higher up, and Alaska might be in that middle ground where who knows, right? Who knows if it was lower or higher because it's the vicinity to where the ice sheets were. I mean, it probably was under ice, but if a meteor did the Younger Dryas, if a meteors did come in and just obliterated these ice sheets and melted, it would explain why a lot of gold has been found all along it. I mean, the whole lower West Canada, Alaska, like that whole run there was a huge gold rush at the end of the 1800s.
Yeah.
You know, that's why Trump and his family started making money. It's because his grandfather came to the gold rush and was in Southwest Canada trying to like make bank. And of course, his country kicked him out because he didn't ask them to leave. He didn't get permission from his country to leave.
To leave.
And when he came back, they were like, "You didn't ask. You have to go." Like, what? All right, fine.
You left and you have to stay gone.
I'm gonna
come
go back, and my grandson's gonna become the president of America, and that literally happened. It's kind of cool to think about.
That's kind of a beautiful American story, isn't it?
Dude,
some immigrants come over.
Bro, the Trump
make a
story
better
is a
life.
freaking American dream, man. And his mom too. Like his mom was just like a maid. She just wanted to like live a good life.
That's great.
After World War II, it was just like a hot mess in Europe. She went to America and just, I don't know, met Trump's dad, and he fell in love with her.
It's the American dream.
And then she instantly she like carried herself. She was like, I know what it's like not to have this, so I'm gonna appreciate it and never take it for granted. It's like that's freaking awesome.
Yeah,
that was Trump's mom. Anyway, I'm not trying to get political. It is truly an American story. Man, that really does look like a freaking.
It looks like a scab, or like whenever you take a scab off.
It needs the meme hands.
Ah, no.
But you see it.
Yeah,
you can't unsee it now. Oh my gosh! I wonder if there's a number of how much gold has been taken out of that. It's probably an insane amount.
Who knows if it's actually in Fort Knox?
I heard a rumor there's no gold in Fort Knox.
I would not be surprised. There's a very small number of people that can actually look inside of Fort Knox and like inspect it. Like the president can't even do it.
Yeah, I was surprised they even like let you have a picture of this because a lot of the stuff they blur out. So I'm going to be off camera for a minute because you guys do not want to see me eat. They
I
left.
don't know if I want to hear you eat either.
Well,
No. Hey, Adam,
I'm just messing with you. I mean, I'm serious, but also
in the chat, I don't like cauliflower on my pizza. I like cauliflower pizza.
Yeah,
when
the
you're doing
crust.
keto. When you're doing keto,
crust
you make
is-
pizza.
Yeah, that's good.
Cauliflower crust is great.
Yeah.
Cauliflower on the pizza. Honestly,
I mean,
all
I
right,
wouldn't
look.
mind.
It's that
think about it.
It's that thing about pineapple, right? if you just put pineapple on a pizza by itself,
My nipple. What?
that's weird. But if you put it with the ham and you put it with like, was it barbecue sauce? I don't know what Hawaiian. I haven't had it in forever, but you put it with the other ingredients, so it's like a blend. It makes sense. So like cauliflower, if you cook it right and have the pieces small enough so that they're not like big honking pieces of cauliflower that you would think of. It's like, but you can have them in like a bite and they're not like crumbling away.
What kind of pizza chicks order? When
I would try it.
Cauliflower pizza.
Yeah, they make
it's a good base. It's a good medium for other things to go on top of it or inside
you
of
can
it.
have the crust, the cauliflower crust of that's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, it's keto.
Yeah.
So
I've never tried it on a pizza. It does sound a little weird.
It sounds a little funky.
But I would try it.
So they left my food by my back gate.
What?
I guess my big lit up door was too much for them.
I don't want to walk down that.
So they went behind your house and put it.
Well,
huh?
You can't go. There's a big wash behind my house.
Okay.
So my house kind of wraps around. So my backyard access is next to my garage where all the cars are parked, and it kind of wraps around.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, instead of
What are we
putting it
looking at
next to your front door, let's put it next to your trash cans.
Dude, my front door is lined by lit up trees. Like trees are lit up, and the path goes right to a door that's lit up like the sun. Okay, so I mean, and then you walk closer, more lights come on because I'm super paranoid. So there you go.
Sounds like the person was an idiot.
Yeah, but I still
a little bit.
They got it here. That's all I got. I was like,
what'd you get anyway?
I got some Chinese food.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Classic.
What'd you get? Some chow mein.
Chow mein, beef and broccoli, and kung pao chicken.
There you go.
A little spicy chicken. Yeah.
A quality assortment there.
Oh yeah.
Damn, that sounds good.
I used to hate Chinese food till I moved to San Francisco.
Dude, Chinese food is great.
Yeah.
Well,
It really
Americanized Chinese food, not the real shit, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever tried the
American.
real stuff.
Turtle soup and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pass on
I don't
that.
know. I'm good.
I like Ninja Turtles. I don't want to eat that. I don't
don't
be
want-
sipping on Donatello.
I don't want to eat the Ninja Turtles. So hello from Fairbanks. Hey, what's up?
Hey.
How's it going?
There you go.
Fort Knox mine is crazy. Went there years ago in school. Check out Kennecott mine in Alaska. It's south of Fairbanks.
Okay, here we
Kennecott
go.
mine.
Kennecott.
Cool. Alaska's gorgeous. I was there in 2006.
I've never been, man, but I want to go.
Yeah,
I
it looks like
went
a beautiful place.
I got flown to a glacier in a helicopter. And we got to land on top of a glacier and hanging out. There was like these flags that they had to go and prep the area, and they put all these flags. They're like, if you go past the flag, you'll fall down 150 feet and probably die. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna stay
past the flag. Okay.
I'm gonna stay on this side of the flag.
I'm gonna stand
Thank you.
right here.
Yeah. I got to pretend that I was sledding down a hill. That's what I did.
Well, you're like
yeah, look
you're
at
like
me.
skater bra, and you probably ski and do all that snowboard and extreme
Actually,
sports, bruh.
I wasn't a skater or a skier or a snowboarder at this point. I had yet to do any of those things.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, this was before my skate career.
Mm.
Yeah, I started skating it when I was 26.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I gave up skating when I was 20.
Yeah, I think that's whenever I broke my fingers. I stopped skating.
I lost a lot of my edge when I split my nutsack open skateboarding.
Oh, I would lose my edge too.
And when I broke my tailbone. So those two things really toned down my aggressiveness into trying to learn new tricks.
Yeah, I could see that. I get that. Yeah.
I broke a tailbone too, dude.
Oh,
That's brutal.
it sucks. I don't wish that on anyone, man. Breaking your tailbone sucks. Everything hurts. Doing anything hurts. I don't miss that.
Especially going to the bathroom, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Going to the bathroom, sitting down, standing up, sleeping.
Yeah, just really, anything. Walking,
eating food.
standing.
Everything hurt.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a bad.
I found
The-
this weird shape in Alaska. I don't know what it is.
Well, show us.
Look at this.
Is it Kennecott mine? Were you looking for Kennecott?
That's what I was looking for, but I came across this interesting.
So zoom in and see if it's that is probably landfill
Oh, I was thinking like power lines, but or something. Yeah.
or something like. But landfills are, if you see big squares from the sky, it's either a base that they blur over, or it could be a landfill.
Can you zoom in any further?
It goes to snow on this side.
What?
Oh, weird.
Actually, does that? I don't even know if that, looks like
that
snow.
looks like a building.
Pictures are obviously taken at different times.
Wow.
Oh, what, you mean there's not just a wall of ice right there?
Wow. I'm
Yeah, Jon Snow's on the other side.
amazing.
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
It looks a
Just
lot
an
bigger.
interesting shape.
Wait, go to the bottom right corner.
Bottom right.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah,
there's
what's
built, so
this?
you can see. Oh,
It's like
so there's
silos and
cars.
stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it looked interesting.
There's a couple things in the California desert that are squares that are just blurred out. You can't see what they are, so they're obviously some military installation.
Huh. I want to know what's there.
Dude, I was trying to find the pyramids in China. That's a bitch. You can find them, but it's hard. They're all over, dude. My God, there's so many, and they try to hide them. Hundreds of them, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pyramids in China.
It's really sad because I really like the look of like the Chinese landscape. It looks beautiful and like the ancient
Yeah.
history in China. I don't think I could go to China. Like I'm very vocal about politics and stuff, and I think at this day and age, I don't think I could or should go to China.
Yeah. It really sucks because like the culture, the people seem so cool. Like there's so many aspects to like their art and their food and the stuff that they do. Maybe not all the food.
Not the turtles.
Not the turtles and the dogs and the chicks stuff. But there's so much of that that's cool. But then they have this tyrannical government that just makes me want to never go there ever.
Agreed.
But their architecture's so cool, and man,
Yeah.
it's a bummer.
You see that guy in Joe Rogan? He had a man bun, but he was a geopoliticist, and he said China has 10 years left. That's it.
Really?
Well, before the
I'm not
CCP
surprised.
falls.
The CCP falls. Yeah.
I'm not surprised. Yeah.
And it was because of their one-child policy. So they have a bunch of old people now.
Right.
It's kind of like how Europe is, and we're going, is we don't have enough 20 and 30-year-olds to buy everything to support the system. We don't have enough 40, 50, 60-year-olds to afford anybody who's in retirement age, and then they won't. So each generation's getting, more affluent and not working as hard. And it's just going to create this,
collapse.
Austerity, and it will collapse. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why. And of course, the guy goes right to, well, then it goes to nationalism. I went, well, yeah, it makes sense. Because he was talking about the global thing. I went, it's like you can't have a global government. You can't have a global government. You can't. This place is too effing big. There's too much place. There's too much land to cover. It's the most insane concept ever.
Agreed.
Because there's so many different people across the world that live in vastly different locales that have different needs and different thoughts on how they should live their life. Like you can't have a massive organization like that running everything. It has to be tyrannical in order to work in their brain.
Exactly.
Right.
That's a good point. Yeah. If it's not them forcing it, they have to, because they know that there's always going to be people that'll be like, nope, we're not going to accept that. We're not going to accept your
it just
rule.
Can't work.
Yeah.
Well, and they try to do it first with the people.
What was that?
Who are making money right now, with the farmers and with giant corporations, and they will eventually turn on you, right?
Look at the Netherlands. The Netherlands is forcing 90% of the farmers to give up their land. I should go down there and interview some of them.
Should.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think about that.
So I don't think they're having it.
I'm gonna do that.
It's great.
Freaking take a week and go down there.
What the Canadian truckers started was awesome, and that's something that shouldn't be forgotten because that could be started again. California just made all trucks made before 2010 illegal.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, the semi trailers, right? The semi trucks.
Yep.
I saw that. That's crazy.
You know
well,
that-
you could just spend $200,000 and just upgrade your engine.
You could do that.
You know what that screws over the most though, which is it's kind of funny, is Mexico NAFTA. All the Mexican trucks, they can't come in. They can't come in.
Right.
It's almost like they're trying to mess everything up.
It's almost like someone was burning down food places all over the planet and
then buying up farmland in the US.
Yeah. And injecting livestock with redacted.
And then injecting the populace with redacted.
Yeah. It's almost as if they want less people on this planet.
It's almost like that.
Almost.
It's almost like that's what they say.
It's almost as if they actually say they prefer the population where it was 500 years ago when it was 300 million people. Or 300 million.
I can't wait to eat bugs. I can't wait.
I'm not eating bugs. Nope. Nope.
Nope.
I live on a river. I'll be fishing and bass or pike.
Eggs are $7 right now.
What?
That's crazy. Eggs. I saw some $8 and $9 prices for a 12 and 16 pack.
That is nuts.
That's insane.
That is insane. Well,
Gary just said it though. It's this like
2 years ago, it was like 96 cents.
Dude, the amount of it's all catching up. It's the amount of people not being able to buy stuff, and then they have too much stuff, and now it's that coupled with now the supply can't even get to the places, so that the stuff that they do have is really expensive, and there isn't even a lot of people that can afford that expense. So it's kind of like you do or you don't, and you're screwed either way.
Yep,
it's pretty crazy.
It is, and it's supposed to be all relative, right? Because listen, when I was in my 20s and 30s, I never thought I could afford a house ever. I was like, I'm never going to get a house. I got a house, but it took me getting a shitty condo, renting a shitty house, then renting a shitty condo, and then buying a shittier house, but in a big city, and then being able to sell that to finally be like 25, 30 years later. That's how it works. That's how it worked for my dad. So we don't want to black pill everybody. It's just as long as our money is still worth something. That's the biggest problem, is them printing so much money. It's terrible. But as far as the global control, that political guy said that they're going to start moving labor, which, I mean, I'm not against this, from China to Mexico. So all of our stuff is going to start getting assembled in Mexico pretty soon.
That's better.
Better.
Yeah, it's still not American. Like, why can't we just make things in America like we used to? I don't understand that. This mug, the only merch I have, there it is. Made in America, baby.
Well, you're starting to see specialty items go that way, especially because kids aren't buying toys in mass anymore. So you're seeing things like HasLabs, where they'll crowdfund, and I think that's just
like makeshift.
Yeah,
it's like, do you want this? Pay for it right now, and we'll have it made. We have the possibility to make it. Here are the plans. This is what it looks like. Do you want it?
I think that's and yes, it will be more expensive, but then you have the people who actually want, instead of a store buying bulk, you just sell what you were going to sell.
And we're not sending a shit ton of money over to China to have it all built.
I'm fine.
And then shipping product from all over the world to China to have it made, to then ship it all to the rest of the world for people to buy it. Honestly, it's an improvement though. All right. If Mexico's going to build it, I mean, we know, I've been to Mexico. It needs it. I mean, I don't know if you saw, it's basically a war zone in Mexico right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy right now. The government versus the cartel. This shit's popping.
I remember Mexico when the peso was strong against the dollar. It was when I was a kid. Yeah, it was a long time ago because I'm old, but it was like 15 pesos to the dollar.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is it now?
100,
100,
1,000.
no fucking know. I have no
Holy
idea.
cow. I don't know
But-
either.
Yeah, like you could just walk across the border from San Diego. You didn't even have to flash an ID or anything. You just, when you walk back, they ask you what you claim and where you're from, and that's it. It was a day, and it was fine down there. In the 60s, 70s. I mean, it wasn't clean, a bunch of strip joints and stuff, but you were safe. I wouldn't go down there now at all.
Yeah, I went to Tijuana 7 years ago. 8 years ago, I think. It was so dead. I mean, it was just dead. And it was just the only thing people I saw were people trying to hawk like cheap crap to tourists.
Yep.
And I was a tourist, obviously, and I'm like, I don't want any of this stuff. Like none of this stuff. I didn't get any. I bought some margaritas. That's the only thing, and I drank them.
That's what's really, really tragic about the whole the immigration problem that we have is that the workers are going from Mexico to here when they could be building up Mexico.
Yep.
Like, hey, do your thing in Mexico, make Mexico great again. Do your thing. I'd love that to be happening.
They have the resources.
Do that.
It's just so much corruption.
The same with Africa. I mean, look at France. Like the Italian prime minister called France out. It was freaking glorious. She said, you go and mine the gold there, or you help them mine the gold, but then you demand 50% of it. And then the people there that are making money, they don't stay there. They leave. They go to Europe. They go to America. That's like, well, why don't let's let them use what's theirs to build infrastructure for them, not like take the resources and bring it back and build yourself, another nuclear reactor, France. I don't know. I thought that was dirty.
And then they're the ones doing all the dirty shit, and they want us to make all the sacrifices. Fuck that.
Yep.
This says it's $19 or 19 pesos to $1.
Is it 19?
That's not bad right
it used
now.
to be worse. It used to be like 100 or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like that must have been must be a lot better.
The line is going down though. In the graph that I see.
Our dollar, what is it?
The dollar, man.
$1.60 to $1 spent.
That's probably what it is. We're
15 years
meeting
ago?
somewhere.
Yeah.
We're going down to their.
No, I remember when
peso
the peso
level
was bad. It was bad, but maybe it's gotten better. I haven't paid attention to the exchange. Maybe it's the cartel.
Yeah, what was it like paying for sodas with the dimes? What was that like? You're that old, right?
Yeah, I am.
Hitting that the
damn, you are
circle with a
I
stick.
was trying to make a joke, but ooh,
Riding a penny bicycle.
No, I'd get a bottle of Coke for a dime. Yeah,
is that one of those ones where you'd open up and you put a dime in, and you have to like slide it through the slot?
I got one of those.
It was like a fridge.
I have one of those.
Got one of those?
Yeah, pull it out. Yeah,
it's a Dr. Pepper one. I have one. It's like the
that's
innards don't work, but I
Oh.
need to get a replacement. But yeah, I got one.
They're expensive.
Yeah, but they're cool though. Such a cool little cooler.
I'm that old.
I love that. Yeah, I do remember those.
Like, yeah,
100% serious. I was
Mhm.
like, oh, all right, cool. Never, cool. Oh, that's
I
funny.
was born after the 100-Year War. What? Well, born before. Yes, I was. That's true. You could buy M80s like for Mexico, you went down to buy fireworks. The drinking age used to be 16.
Oh, I'm glad that's not the case anymore.
No,
Although
no.
it's 18 here, which I think is absolutely insane. 18.
It used to be 18 everywhere in America.
There's legitimate like bars that are like catered to like 18-year-olds here. It's
I
freaking
think like in the last 20
ridiculous.
years, like not Minnesota, South Dakota was 18. North Dakota was 18. I know that because I was 18.
Wisconsin.
I drank there. So
Wisconsin's 18 too.
It was.
Everybody's 21 now.
I had a friend that moved here to work on Loud with Crowder, and he's from Wisconsin. And he moved when he was 19, and his parents gave him a pack of beer as his like moving in present. They're like, "Here's a
drink
pack
now.
of beer. There you go."
Here you go.
I guess that's just like how Wisconsin
hanging
is.
out here. Wisconsin's is freaking beautiful though.
Yeah, it looks so
I
great.
mean, Wisconsin's got some hidden gems in there, and it's all North Wisconsin. People, think of Wisconsin, they're thinking like, I don't know, Minneapolis,
Mm.
or not Minneapolis. What the heck is
Milwaukee.
it? Milwaukee. Thank you. Milwaukee. Milwaukee's such a friggin'. All right, before I say this, I'm from Chicago. All right, and there's rivalries. Maybe I'm biased because I'm from Chicago, but I don't know. But I love it. It's beautiful. Wisconsin's beautiful. I like
I'd like to
Minnesota,
visit that part of the
beautiful too.
the states.
Yeah, these states get such bad raps because of the freaking Democrats that run them.
Yeah.
It's like all the news coming out of Chicago and Wisconsin and Minnesota is all shit.
Well, I mean, Milwaukee running Wisconsin.
Yep.
And the capital too. Chicago running Illinois, Portland running Oregon, and the rest of the states are not like that at all. My wife's from Sheboygan. And her brother lives Sheboygan and her brother lives in Cleveland, which I think has 5 people in it. Like that is as red as it gets. Like they don't give a fuck about anything. They don't wear masks or any of that shit.
Hell yeah. Every time I hear Sheboygan, I just picture John Candy saying it. I don't even know if he says it.
I'm big in Sheboygan. We're big in Sheboygan.
We're big in Sheboygan. Oh, Home Alone.
Home Alone.
You never heard of us? No.
Yeah.
We're big in Sheboygan.
Yeah. I have. And Sheboygan sounds like something you do in the back of a car.
Get over here, girl.
There we go.
About the Sheboygan.
All right, so we're gonna like do some. Like I said, I didn't have a ton of
Butterburgers.
Yes.
Yeah. Bring up his Instagram,
dude. Culver's.
Before we get that Instagram,
I don't even know what that is.
Culver's. It's a
burger
chain. Burger chain.
I know it's Culver's.
You can just get Butterburgers like anywhere. It's not at Culver's. Like that's a Sheboygan thing.
Oh, it's a Sheboygan thing. That makes sense. So is that something else you do in the back of the van? Butterburger?
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
All right, where were you going? What are we doing?
Oh, I don't know. Hang on. I was just going to show some weird stuff on Google.
Yeah,
Maps.
show some weird stuff.
We're going to start out.
I'm ready to see weird stuff.
We're in Eastern Australia.
Okay. Oh yeah, let's do this.
So you can see.
Whoa, the striations.
Wait, Australia.
This is Australia.
Huh.
But you could see it.
It's like the opposite side of the planet from the Younger Dryas. I wonder why. What this would be from?
Well,
is this the Western coast?
Was it a global tsunami that just like washed around the entire globe?
Maybe. Here we go. But there's that tsunami right there.
And it does make sense because of the consistency of the stories from all the different civilizations from all over the planet having a flood, having the person come from the water to explain what happened.
But I want to find the chevrons. Yeah, here's more. Look at this. All that. So these are the chevrons that he pointed out. See right here.
Why are they called chevrons?
Because they're V's. They're like chevrons. A chevron is like a V.
Oh, I see it.
So you see it
now.
This is water that came in and lapped back, right? And it brought this with it. And
what's the scale here? What is that, like a mile?
I'm thinking, well, I mean,
mile long. I don't know how.
It must be a mile long and probably like 10 feet high or maybe 20 feet high. So this would be probably in tune with the current ripples that he showed from Montana, right? But like, look at this. Wait, it keeps going. This is all on this.
It's like all up that side.
All up this side, right?
And where is this? Is this on the west coast of it?
Right here.
Okay.
Dicking around Western Australia. And then if you go to Madagascar, that's where this is where he showed this before on Joe Rogan. You go to Madagascar. I believe it's this side. I got to find the right side. Give me a mo. You'll see the same shit. You'll start seeing. Yeah, right here. This is Madagascar.
On the same side.
on the same side, something whooshed up. So this is when Randall was talking about the possibility of a meteor falling in the Indian Ocean. That could have been one of the many things that we don't know exactly. What they think ended the Bronze Age was the volcano, which seems to be, but it could have been. There is signs that there was some impacts, possibly. I mean, we'll never really know, but this is the stuff he was showing too.
I mean, if it hit the water,
Look at this one.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Yeah.
it probably would have gotten really messed up. But there's a possibility that there could be like a large meteorite sitting at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh yeah, that we'll never know about.
Right.
Because it is damn
It's
near.
it's just an alien city now.
Yeah. Called Wakanda or Talakan.
Talakan.
They got a leader named Namor. Oh, here we go. There's a bunch.
Oh wow.
Look at this.
Wow.
This is all the way up. And it's all from the same direction as the Australian one, right? And it's just,
Yeah.
you know, I
Consistent.
saw Randall on Joe. So I just went down this rabbit hole, and you find this shit everywhere, every coast, everywhere. And sure, there's been earthquakes and tsunamis and all that stuff. But when you have something that big on,
We got to go there. I want to go to Madagascar.
Madagascar is awesome, but like, you know, whatever hit that and that. Now,
And look at where Madagascar is.
South
and
Africa.
If it hit the bottom left, you know, southwest Madagascar, that wave, go over to Africa and zoom in on that coast, like across the way there. Like if there's any sort of anything on that coast, then it would make sense that it hit in between those two, right? And just the water would go out. But if there isn't anything here, well, it kind of looks
like it, but I think
is it mountainy? I can't really tell. Like rocky.
So it's hard.
So it's less malleable. All right. It wouldn't have been affected as much.
Mountain. Yeah, that's mountain range. Big fucking meteor landed in where? Hang on.
The scale is
Right around
incredible. Here. How large these formations are.
Right around here in South Africa, or was it down there? There's a massive meteor crater there, like huge extinction.
So in the water, is the darker the deeper? Is that how it's work?
Yep.
It works. Okay.
So here we got our Eye of Sahara.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is just massive. That thing is massive.
Another circle there. Wow, that's weird. What's that? Yeah.
It looks like a circle.
Looks like another circle. A circle and a circle.
Right next to it.
Right next to it. That's weird. This thing is freaking weird. I know Randall has his explanation for what it is, and Jimmy's got his, and it's really freaking bizarre. And it's
Jimmy made a really good point, though, that the Atlantis civilization, the people who ruled Atlantis, it was a seafaring civilization.
Yep.
So they were on the water. And if this was connected to water where this is, that means the coastline would be significantly closer. And then he pointed out that it extended far beyond the Azores. So it would actually make sense that the Azores was a part of Atlantis, of the civilization of Atlantis. And that was something I found really interesting about Jimmy's videos. You know, he was saying that, you know, he thinks the city of Atlantis is right there. That's what that was.
Really?
Yeah. And it's a really good video, and he breaks it down. I mean, he talks about Randall's, and because obviously Randall's been saying it's the Azores, that's where he believes where the city of Atlantis is. And I feel like both of these two guys are coming at it from a different direction, and I think it's freaking awesome, because that's how you actually that's how science works. You know, you have people
They're speaking together in North Carolina.
I can't. Oh man, you're going to that, right? Is that what you said? Man, that's freaking awesome.
And hopefully,
are they live streaming that?
Yeah.
Are they recording it? Okay,
they are.
Right, cool.
They are.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, like people can come to our country soon.
Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's freaking stupid that I don't want to get started on that
I
subject.
feel you. Fucking April 10th. You know they're going to extend it out too, bastards.
Of course they are.
All right, so Randall talked about, and so did Jimmy.
It's Jimmy Corsetti. Someone asked in chat.
Jimmy Corsetti.
Jimmy Corsetti. He's got a Bright Insight.
Bright Insight,
YouTube.
great channel.
Check it out. It's really good.
Dude, his videos are really well put together. You could, he's got probably a couple of hours worth of really good videos. If you haven't seen them, just kick back, relax,
Put on a playlist.
put on a playlist, his oldest one, and just play them all the way through. You'll freaking love him. He's a veteran, so he was in Iraq, and he got to see some stuff before it got fucking destroyed, which is just sickening.
I know, it's so sad.
But he's got some video of some like not Babylonian, but why am I blanking on it now? Not Mesopotamia. The other one.
Sumeria? No.
Sumeria.
Okay.
Yeah. Sumerians, like these giant. They weren't at a ziggurat. They were at those giant like men who are with 4 legs. I forgot what they call them, but the carving on them is insane.
Oh yeah. I know. I could picture the statue you're talking about.
Yeah. I forgot what they're called. He mentions it in there, but like, remember, like all this stuff we're talking about, these giant, the stuff we saw in Montana, that was all supposed to be done with bronze tools, which it can't be. It can't be. The stones are harder than the bronze. You can't do it.
Yeah.
So what are they cutting it with? Other stones? Well, hell no.
What's your theory?
I also find it funny that there's a lot of these skeptics that are talking about Graham Hancock and Randall Carlson. Well, where's the proof of these civilizations then? Like, why aren't we finding anything? And it's like, I mean, we've got people today that are blowing them up and getting rid of any evidence of civilization.
Yeah.
Today, right now, and it's been freaking 10,000 years.
Yeah.
You don't think that people have thought to destroy their enemies' history to get rid of their enemies? Like, that's what they did. That's
what happens every time something is conquered. They try and erase the previous.
I was watching a documentary last night on the Precambria period, where they didn't think there was any life. Forever. There was no life Precambria, no animals, until some kids were in England in 1950. They ran across this stone that looked like it had a feather in it. Now, it wasn't a feather, by the way, but that's what it looked like. It looked like a feather fossil.
Right.
And the first, the kids went back to the teacher. Teacher's like, "You're full of shit. You're just trying to get me out here to get out of class today." And finally, one of the kids was persistent, got his dad to go out there. His dad went out, got a geologist out there, and they went, "Holy shit." So they dug up all these rocks and they found all these Precambrian things that predate animals and plants and everything. So another guy found them in Australia, something similar in an oil field. That was right around the same time, Precambrian, which couldn't exist. So for both of these people had to fight the dogma of science saying this couldn't happen. And then all of a sudden we have this Precambrian period now, like the first period that they've changed in 100 years or something like that.
They need to always be going off of the fact of we don't know. We do not know. This is our best guess.
Exactly.
And then whenever new information comes up, you don't just shoot it down. You go, okay, well, how do I fit this puzzle piece into this puzzle? What's the best way? What's the most?
Yeah, there's good to have some resistance at first because it forces, you have to have extraordinary evidence for extraordinary claims. But like, as far as like, where is everything? Where's the pottery? It's all over the fucking world because we've misaged everything.
Yeah,
because we put everything in this 5,000 or 6,000 year box. That's just bullshit now. Göbekli Tepe somebody just didn't wake up in the morning and go, let's build this really intricate temple with a bunch of penises. Okay.
Yeah. And we'll just point it in a
down with that
random direction. Just happens to be
directly in line with the type of stars that were in tune.
1,000 years
before.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna invent relief carving
Yeah.
in an abstract. I'm going to go right past the actually getting the animal right and go to the abstract. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Crazy,
right.
man.
It just does not make sense.
I can't wait to find out what's below that, because there's 4 other sites below that, and it's like they intentionally buried it. So that means they intentionally buried what's below it. So that means that whatever's below it is older than Göbekli Tepe, and it's like
they're like time
what?
capsule on top of time
That's
capsule.
a couple hundred miles away from those tunnels, which is also a couple hundred miles away from where Noah's Ark was supposed to have landed on Mount Ararat. And I mean, wow, they found a bunch of tunnels that could hold a bunch of animals. And
That's
then
probably
there's
the
the
Ark.
whole
That's probably the
floor.
Ark, dude.
Exactly. So it all comes from that part of Turkey. Huh, weird.
Weird.
What a coincidence.
Huh.
What a coincidence.
History.
The craziest thing of all with all the flood theories, and we've talked about it before, is the advanced knowledge. So most of the flood myths, flood histories from multiple cultures not only had the flood, they had advanced knowledge of the flood. How? How?
All right. So when you first told me about Randall on my show, dude, a year ago, I don't even remember how long ago now. I went so deep into this rabbit hole, and I was consuming a lot of different information, but not just about this ancient civilization stuff. I was watching, UFO stuff, and there was this, I think I might have mentioned this, but Bob Lazar mentioned one of the craft that he was working on. He was told it was found in an archaeological dig.
Dug up.
And I couldn't let that go. That one sentence was burned into my head. I'm like, how does that make sense? When was that from? When? And I was at the same time looking at all this Randall Carlson stuff and Graham Hancock. I'm like, if it would make sense that it was a civilization that wasn't built upon fossil fuels and combustion engines, it was built upon understanding vibrations. Now, I sent you that. I don't know if did you watch the vibration video that I sent you guys?
Yeah. I can't
Plasmoid.
Oh my God.
Unification.
I know, but because that's not what our technology is based on. But if say our technology was based on that, and we can understand how to manipulate gravity through frequencies and maybe make something levitate, which we can already. In that video, they've done it. They make something levitate with sound. It's freaking very cool. But if they were to the point, let's say they were to the point that they could maybe go to the moon. Maybe they can't go to Mars. Maybe they could go to Mars. Maybe they can go to Mars, but they couldn't sustain life on Mars permanently, but they were maybe attempting to. And they were getting to the point where like, all right, oh shit, we see this freaking massive asteroid coming at us. We see it. We know it's coming. Maybe we're 2 years out. Doesn't matter. 2 years, it's going to hit. We can't stop it. It's so big. Maybe we can make it smaller. It doesn't matter. It's still going to hit Earth. It's still going to impact Earth. It's going to do insane damage. What should we do? What do we need to do to make sure that humans will live? Well, we can't live on Mars. We have to somehow live on Earth. All right. We know that it's going to hit here. All right. It's going to melt the ice. It's going to be water everywhere. All right. So what can we do? Another thing that Randall said that honestly, I actually don't know if it was Randall. I've done a lot of like ingesting of knowledge about the Atlantean culture, though. But one thing I learned about them is that they were separate from like native culture, people who just lived off the land that didn't want to, the hunter-gatherers, right? They let them be. They respected. I think Graham actually talks about it in Ancient Apocalypse.
Well, it's like now. Like we have hunter right now.
Yeah. There's an island in the Indian Ocean that you're not even allowed to go near because it's just
right.
Completely
They're
cut off
so
from
separate.
Humans, right? But imagine, right? All right, so the asteroid's going to come. What are they going to do? All right, boom! It hits. They're floating in space. They're watching it happen. They're crying. Humanity's getting completely decimated. Maybe they helped build the freaking the ark. The ground tunnels to help people survive that they couldn't bring everyone up into space. And then what do? They freaking help build Göbekli Tepe to help ensure agriculture is instilled so people understood how to make food
Yeah.
and continue living.
I think
don't
about
know.
it in
Crazy
now
crazy
terms.
story that it came up in my head, but it's
No.
just the more I research, the more tangible it
Yeah.
So,
We'll
is
set that
coming
in
out
now.
to
Like,
be.
what would we do now? We see this coming.
What do we do?
What do? We go,
We'd be
okay, well,
screwed.
we'd be screwed. And then we go, okay, maybe there's a place we could live that would keep us safe for a small amount of time in order for this to pass over. It crashes. Society goes down. And then we go, okay, let's take this technology. Let's try to find people. Then they go across the seas. We go across the seas and find hunter-gatherers that exist right now and say, hey, we're trying to build like the entire human race back up. And we really need you to know how to do agriculture and how to build these temple things and how to do this. So we would go and then talk to them, explain how to do all these things, and then kind of pass on the knowledge from before to them now. So it's the same kind of thing that they would do back then if that situation happened now.
Yeah. And what we're looking at here is current ripples in the middle of the desert.
Is that Africa?
This
It
is
looks
right
like-
near the Eye of Sahara.
Yeah, it looks
So
It's
here
like
it
the
is.
wash down from the eye.
See all that going in, not up, in. That's crazy. That's some
I should
crazy
pull up
shit.
Jimmy's maps because he found in his video, he found these ancient maps that actually have Atlantis written on them.
Yeah. And it
Yep.
was the Greek historian. Forgot what his name was.
Herodotus?
But
That's the only one I know.
that's what he was talking about. But that's all near here. We back out a little bit. There's Straits of Gibraltar. We got the Canaries. And this is where the Azores are. So
Yeah, we got to go to the Azores for research purposes, guys.
research purposes,
Yeah.
we need to go to the Azores because I'm not going to Mauritania, dude.
I
Sorry.
would go. I would absolutely go.
Mm.
It's a lot of desert.
It is.
It's like
one of the most
16
dangerous
hours in
places
a
the
car.
world, and right next door to the one of the single most dangerous.
Oh,
places.
yeah, Mali? Yeah.
But there's all kinds of crazy shit here. I mean, I won't bore you with it now, but I found a bunch of impacts down here in Egypt. Like there's impacts. You can find little meteors everywhere around here. But then you go up. Let's go. Oh, not up. But then I think I found more current ripples. Those look like current ripples. That's Saudi Arabia. So, yeah, it looks like something really bad happened. Like right around here. I don't know what it could be. But we're going to get to the boneyard part because I think that's the most compelling evidence is the mass extinction.
The new evidence that just came out.
Oh, remember, they said the hunter-gatherers came over through the ice corridor and murdered just short.
Everything.
He just came in and just started
Everything,
blasting.
things they didn't eat, like short-faced bears and the dire wolves and everything. They just murdered everything.
Took them all
But
out.
what about all the dire wolves and short-faced bears and stuff that weren't in America? There's mastodons and mammoths were in Europe too. What happened to them? They were in Siberia when Siberia was warm. Why was Siberia fucking warm? But there was 2 mile ice south.
Yeah.
How does that work? And then how does that?
Maybe
that
the poles did shift.
I think they
Like
had to.
I don't know much about the pole shifting except for the fact that it has been moving and is increasing speed. It's actually headed directly to where I'm at. It's kind of crazy. It's like it's coming right to me.
Maybe
might
you're
be at
the
the North
magnetic
Pole.
center of the world.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
man.
Gary.
Yeah.
You're too kind. Stop it.
I mean,
Go on.
great. Maybe you're Magneto.
Honestly, he's got an incredible power. It's
Yeah.
pretty insane.
Yeah, they don't even like full. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. He could destroy the earth.
It's true.
But what was I saying? Okay, so like there's mammoths everywhere. As a matter of fact, the last mammoth who died, there was men. It was during Sumerian or Mesopotamian times. It was a isolated island that was off of Antarctica, and they were like super inbred and small, but they were around. And the last one died like 4,000, 5,000 years ago.
Relatively recently.
Relatively.
Yeah. Yeah. And the time scale.
Not 12,000. So 4,000 BC. Sorry. Optics Prime. Yeah. 4,000 BC. And it was, and yeah, they found the bones of it. I guess the last one just croaked, starved to death. And they said they were, they were super inbred. And I was like shocked to hear that. I was like, no way, really? That's weird.
Those damn poachers.
So did you find his Instagram?
I'm not looking. Yeah.
No, Garrett is.
Oh, okay.
Your room looks better.
It's a little better. It's better when the light's off, like the sun, as in the sun.
Bisexual lighting going on right there.
A little red, little green.
Red, little green.
What is that Batman stuff put on? What is that thing there standing there?
This whole thing. Oh, it's my stacks of Hot Toys boxes. And then there,
it's not lit up, so I can't actually tell what it is. I could just vaguely see the Batman thing.
So this is my Batman animated series.
Oh, that's fresh.
Is
that your suitcase or something?
It's a suitcase, bro.
Child suitcase, yeah.
That's freaking awesome.
I want you to take that next trip, and that's all you can bring.
That's all I can bring.
That's vintage right there.
My Star Trek Enterprise playset.
Migo. That is a Migo one. I got one of those.
What is that?
It's a Migo Star Trek bridge. You open it up, and it's the bridge.
Like, it's the bridge.
It's the bridge.
Yeah, it's got chairs.
That's
you can put
freaking rad.
There's a transporter in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
It's good stuff.
Nice.
Can't find his Instagram.
It's Alaskan Boneyard. I'll read some soups while you're looking. Hang on.
Cool.
Hang on. Oh my God. We need to change the thumbnail. Oh, okay. Yeah. This thing.
Oh, yeah.
They have this thing called The Date that I could use. Sorry. I was going off the picture. I'm like, oh, we can use The Date.
There we go.
Hang on. We got a lot of soups, guys.
Hell yeah. Thank you, everyone.
You're
Thank
awesome.
you.
Bubba Doom says the name of the show is George Norrie's Pizza Roll. If you know, you know. I'm not a George Norrie fan.
I don't know.
I'll listen to Coast when it's the other George Knapp. George Knapp should have taken over the show. That guy's fucking awesome. What's happening with the UK London meetup? Asked Scott Christy Jones, 2 British pounds. Oh, it's happening.
I'm listening. Because I'm gonna be there, baby.
Yeah. It's gonna be towards my anniversary, which is in October.
Okay.
Because my wife and I are going to Paris, France, to riot. I apparently
burn some cars,
burn some cars and shit,
When in Rome.
When in Paris. And then we're gonna do meetups and hang out with people and run around the UK.
I know some really beautiful places in France. I drove through there in an RV and just I found some really it's amazing. I've got an RV parked right outside. That's amazing.
Awesome.
It's the best. Honestly, it's the best. It's almost worth just renting an RV and going around. And
what side of the road did they drive on?
It's the same. It's
the wrong side. Okay.
No, the correct side.
So the correct side.
It's only British, I think, London, that like that area, that I don't know why they do it. And also South Africa. They also
thank God Italy drives on the right side of the road. It was driving in Italy was fucking awesome. My God.
Yeah, Italy's beautiful.
Okay, I've got the Instagram.
Awesome. I'll read 2 more. Trucker Rob. Oh, yeah. Hail, Trucker Rob out there getting our goods around there. Hope you didn't get affected by California's stupidity. Keep up the good work and have fun. Thanks, brother. For $20, you drive safe. Ben Davidson with suspicious observers is good info for people too. Love all that you do. I will check it out. Muffler tape for $5. Thank you. All right, let's take a look.
So I think this is that photo you were talking about, the blue feather.
Yep,
is.
That's it. All right. So people ask what I think is our most significant find we've ever discovered. Here it is. The feather was found deep within the hollow end of a huge tusk packed with frozen gravel under 60 feet of frozen muck. By the way, muck sediment. So stuff that might not necessarily have been there, but it's frozen. It's permafrost. It becomes muck because that's how they mine. They just blast it with water and melt it, basically.
This sounds like a ceremony kind of thing. Like, I'm gonna take this blue feather and put it into this tusk and put some stuff, and then drop it down in this area.
What did that blue feathers?
Now, I don't know if that was necessarily like dropped in that spot, because from what it seems like, this is another one of those things where they would be bloated and be floating all together and then all go into the depression. That's how Randall describes it, and I think that nails it. That's why they all ended up in the same spot. So I don't know. That's what I think.
When it thawed out and we cleaned the dirt and gravel out of the tusk, we found this feather. We call it the blue feather. Just so everyone knows, this collection that we have amassed will never leave Alaska because of what the American Museum of Natural History did to tons of our fossils collected over 30 years from my company ground. They dumped those in the East River in New York City rather than preserve them. Fuck them, by the way.
What the hell?
Study them, store them, or return them. Could you scroll that down, Garrett? There we go. Many skeptics may doubt a museum of their stature would do that. Well, today there were 6 vessels in the search area, as I described from the internal AMNH document in my company archives on the Joe Rogan podcast last Friday, episode 1918. Listen to it on Spotify. If you haven't already, stay tuned. The Great Alaskan Bone Rush is on. By the way, yeah, he gave the location and people started going, and hopefully they find a bunch of shit. And that proves him. Like, why would the guy lie about it? Like, yeah, I love
people are finding it.
The guy is so freaking American, dude.
Yeah.
So freaking American. I love it. But like, God, there is if you look on YouTube, there's look at this.
Look at that.
Picking up fucking mammoth bones.
I want one of those.
I do too. Well, I mean, he'll give some away.
Let's go. Can we go to Alaska?
Can we let's go.
Let's go meet this guy.
People going. Maybe if we get buddy with Joe Rogan, but
yeah, let's do that too. I'm down.
Those things go for like $250,000, dude. They're
well, I wouldn't sell it. I just want it. I'd put it behind me.
Give me some of
I'd
that
get rid of
ivory.
I'd get rid of this bookshelf.
It would
just be a big
$250,000. I don't think he would just give it to you.
No, I want to go find one.
Pull your own out of the ground.
That's what I want. Look at that one.
Wait a minute. I'll go back to the picture of Joe Rogan looking like a hobbit next to that guy. Look at how tiny he is. Oh my God, Joe Rogan is short.
How tall is Joe Rogan?
He's like
5'4".
Is he really that short? I didn't know.
Yeah, he's really short.
Oh my God, he's gonna start.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Holy shit.
Look at that
That's
big
nuts.
like femur. Holy crap.
Dude, and this is like recent finds. There's that old picture. There's that old picture of the London warehouse that's like a massive warehouse that's just full of mammoth tusks. They're digging at mammoth tusks out of the permafrost not as we speak, but when in summertime in Siberia all the time. And it's like illegal mining, but they do it and they sell it to China. Like, they're everywhere. Millions and millions and millions of these things. And a bunch of them all died in one fucking, like in groups of places. Like, they were all picked up by a bunch of water and mud.
Hunters killed them all.
Yep. Hunter gatherers took them all out.
And put them in a landfill when they were done.
Everyone on the entire planet did that.
So what are they doing? What is this area?
Big that is
blowing water into it and washing it away?
Yeah,
I feel like there's animals that are that big now, though.
There are, but like not like this.
Super bison skull.
That's a super bison skull. That's
super bison.
That is fucking big.
I feel like that head should be larger. Bison's heads are pretty fucking big.
Dude, that's just the horns. That's not the head.
Well, that's the top of the skull.
It's the top of the skull. The fucking
so
head
just boop.
3 times, like it juts out. Yeah, it's huge.
Can you imagine seeing one of those? I almost ran into a moose like a month ago. I was driving down the road and
those are weird. They talk about it on the podcast.
2 moose were right in the road, right in front of me.
God, they're huge.
And
huge.
I like was approaching and they weren't moving. They kind of turned and looked to me, and I slowed down and I rolled down my window, and I was like 3 feet from this thing. And because I was like, I couldn't go around it. It had to move so I can make it because the road that I was on was not very big. And I was like, it was just like, excuse me. And it looked at me, and then it did one of those like, you're like, should I be scared? And I was like, no, you're good. And then it like ran off the road, and then but it was crazy. I've never been that close to like a wild animal.
Yep. So go look at a buffalo or a bison. Look at their heads compared to their horns, and then you'll see how big that thing is. So I've seen buffalo before in San Francisco. Did you know there's buffalo in San Francisco?
Here's that picture.
No, I had no. Wait, actually, yeah, I did. Because when I was no, not San Francisco. I'm thinking of San Diego. No.
There is buffalo in Golden Gate Park in San Francisco.
Still,
there's a herd of buffalo. Yes,
that's pretty cool.
So go back up.
California is beautiful.
I am more fascinated on how short Joe Rogan is.
Dude,
he looks like a small child.
He doesn't even come up to the man's chin.
No. I love Joe. Tiny Joe.
Little tyke.
That guy's probably big though. That guy's probably like what?
He looks like a big dude. Big and tall.
Big and tall.
But even this guy looks like a regular sized man. He's like on his toes.
Girl.
Okay. He's like Danny DeVito.
Yeah, I think he's like 5'4" or something.
I think that's called the bar stool stance.
Yeah.
When you go on your tippy toes for a picture.
What's in that guy's hand? Was that like a testicle?
It's like a walnut or something.
Walnut, testicle. I'm not sure.
Doesn't know what it is. Yeah. Let me hold it in my hand.
Don't have a clue what this is. It could be found in the boneyard in frozen muck. 65 feet below surface at the muck drought.
It's like a giant acorn.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah. A fossilized or just a thick ass nut.
Ancient seed. Yeah, maybe it's a thick ass nut. That's good.
it's a mammoth nut. You know, I hear if you plant it, a mammoth will grow.
Oh yeah.
I think someday they will be able to bring the mammoth back. They're trying.
Oh goodness.
And they've got enough. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Just don't bring back T-Rex.
Where are they going to live?
Yeah, what's their habitat?
What's their habitat? Wyoming.
Well, I mean, there's a bunch of people there now.
There's not a bunch of people.
There's a few people there.
There's like 5 people in Wyoming. Wyoming out there. Do you care if like mammoths? Like,
all right, yeah, we'll just take everybody in Wyoming, and make them leave.
Nothing against Wyoming, but there's just not a lot.
I'm thinking more like North Canada.
North Canada, yeah, put them up there.
Alaska,
way up there.
Alaska, yeah.
They'll
live up there with Bigfoot.
North Dakota would be good. Yeah. I want a pet T-Rex. You know, I just watched a thing with T-Rex.
No, you don't.
T-Rex were smart.
They were
really fucking smart. That would be very bad for them to be around. They weren't these dumb dinosaurs. I just watched a speech where a woman said that T-Rex were smart as orangutans.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they just found out that a lot of their like brain nervous systems went down and into their chins.
Yeah.
So they had like senses.
Really?
Yeah, they can like sense things through their chin.
Neurons.
Like, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Wow. They have more neurons. I think there's certain primates.
How do they find that out?
Neurons than we do. Being smart. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd like to know how they figure that out.
The lady said, it's really gross how they do it. They turn brains into soup. That's how they determine neurons. How many neurons in a brain? They just liquefy it.
And just however many however high the liquid is.
That's
how many neurons.
They estimated, I don't know how she figured it out with dinosaurs, but they based it on I can't think how much space was in the brain for
that guy had 2 liters of neurons. Damn.
Yep.
That was a smart dinosaur.
Brains.
Big brain man.
More brains. I have that pin. I have the original pin from when I saw Return of the Living Dead on opening night. It's right over there.
Very cool.
Yeah. Like one of the few things I kept through my drug days. The
kids are being loud.
Are those your kids?
Yeah.
That's adorable.
Hey, shut up.
No.
They can't hear me.
It's not your kid's fault that dad can't soundproof his room.
Yeah, what the heck?
I mean,
Me?
you did a really good job soundproofing my room, though.
Hey, I'm stealing your idea. I'm gonna get those squares.
Dude,
I'm
you
gonna
got
get
it.
some
They're
red ones.
great.
They're really nice.
They're fantastic, and they look.
I need to do something about my room. I don't know. You guys can't really see it, but I'm in the second floor, and the ceiling, it's like right outside of the camera. Seriously, right
it, like,
outside of the camera. It's the freaking ceiling, and it's really close.
Oh man.
I don't know if it's good for sound.
Well,
I would love to have a
is it
different
wood?
setup.
Oh, you're in like a wood
It's wood.
1800 house.
Like
Yeah,
a cabin.
Yeah, it's wood.
I've got the cottage cheese on my ceiling, and like I think
Oh.
we're the only people. I fucking love it. It's great.
You do?
Oh my god, yeah, this is what I grew up.
Right.
I almost
yeah.
ripped that stuff
You're
off.
old,
I'm glad
right?
Melissa was like, no. I was like,
No,
I could go up there and take it off.
No, it's perfect soundproofing. That's what it's called. It's called
That's what
soundproofing.
it's there for.
So that's what it's there for. And I
Ah.
was like, hell yeah.
I don't have that, so I could put those squares all over my entire room.
I can. There's. You don't have to put squares all over your room, Adam. There's like certain sound deadening things that you can just put in certain places.
Well, I have some. Like I have this thing.
But I don't hear an echo at all from you.
Yeah, it sounds good.
That's the mic. I also have. I got like a bunch of these like foam.
Yeah,
pillars.
that's all you need. That's all you need.
I got a couple of these.
Just soak up that.
But your sound is coming through fine. It's coming through fine. You got no problem.
That's the SM7B.
That's the SM7B. No, I got the
It is
electronic voice.
I got a Lewitt, you know.
There's 3 mics that I see all podcasters use. And the cool thing is all 3 of us are using the 3 different mics that all the podcasters use.
Yeah.
Like that's it. The Lewitt, I have a Lewitt.
It's pretty good little mic. I want to get one that has a little more bass.
Pretty good. Dude, the Lewitt's freaking awesome.
Well, what's really great about the Lewitt is
My,
is a whole
my
team
travel
that
mic.
came from I think it's Shure. It was a team that worked at Shure and they left, made the Lewitt. So they took
the
all
little
that
ones we have.
Yeah,
that I have.
Mm-hmm.
They're great.
Yeah,
this is my travel mic. I freaking love it.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Anthony Cumia had this one, so I'm like, I'm gonna just do it.
That's a really good one too. Like the bass in that mic is really good.
Yeah. It's essentially the same thing as the Shure. It's just it was a different color and it wasn't the Shure.
Chat just confirmed this is 100% nerd talk. It's true.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's true.
Welcome to the tech talk portion of the show.
Yeah. I mean, this is the way it's gonna be. I mean, we'll mostly talk about paranormal. But
well, the term paranormal always throws me off because I feel like that's ghosts and unexplained things.
Well, it's just not normal.
Now. I mean, it's impossible things. Sorry to borrow from Doctor Who, but I mean, we're going to be talking about quote unquote impossible things. Unsettled.
Well, what does paranormal mean?
Possible things. Can we add that to the list?
We could add it to the list if you like it. That's from the Journal of Impossible
Things.
One of the best 2 Doctor Who episodes like ever.
Paranormal, the occurrence described in non-scientific bodies of knowledge whose existence is described to lie beyond the normal experience or scientific explanation.
Mm-hmm.
So it is in fact an accurate description of what we talk about.
Yeah.
All right. I stand corrected. I like it.
Yeah, cool. I think it's got a stigma like UFOs had a stigma.
Right.
Yeah.
But fuck, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what people prejudge or stigmas. If people are really into this stuff because there is way more to this world. And sure, we need skeptics. We need scientists to really go through the minutia and all this. But I think I know there's a dogma that's equal to any of the most fundamentalist religions you can possibly think of in science now. And there is financial motive. And a lot of it, especially with the ancient civilization stuff, is climate change.
Right.
Climate change is why the archaeologists, the geologists, that's why a lot of them are fighting it tooth and nail because climate change is their religion. And there's other people on the other side going, no, if we find out more about ourselves, more about our history, we're going to find, indeed, you're right. There was climate change. When the meteors hit and the plasma hit from the sun and we survived somehow and Earth bounced back. Also, we were in an ice age for 50,000 years and the Earth turned into a snowball for 90 million years, and somehow life survived in the oceans with no fucking sunlight. You know, the Earth was completely sealed off, but there was ocean. It was like Europa.
That's why, or Enceladus. That's why I think there's life in the ocean in Enceladus. I really believe it.
I absolutely think that, like microbial algae kind of.
Yeah.
I
can't wait till we
know there's thermal vents. We know that there's thermal vents at the bottom of the ocean. Down at the bottom of our oceans, there's thermal vents with bacteria that live off that energy.
I said,
it's like, we know that it's in Enceladus. Like, why wouldn't that there be life down there? But I thought I really like that Paranormal Frontier.
I like that one too. According to scientists, one of the snowball Earth periods lasted 90 million years.
Wow,
90 million.
I noticed you didn't write that in your book there, though, Gary.
Oh, well, I did before. Forbidden Frontier,
Paranormal Frontier.
Paranormal.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, sorry, you got me.
Yeah. I don't know, the word paranormal. I like it so much more now that I read its definition. It's really cool. And then like Paranormal Frontier. Sorry, it's stuck in my head, so I had to remark on it.
I like that. So I've got Forbidden Frontier, Unsettled Science, Ancient Frontier, Frontier's Edge, Impossible Things, Paranormal Frontier so far. I think if we get how many?
You should put the Quickening on there. Just
I got the Quickening on my list.
So why don't you make the poll, Garrett?
I'll work this poll. Hold on.
You work a poll better than
he's really good at working the poll.
He is. Yes.
Start poll.
In fact, the one in his quarter is actually a poll. He doesn't tell anybody this.
Well, it's a 1, and then the slash is another poll. It's just a little.
Oh, it's double poll.
It's double poll.
That's how good he is. He can rock 2 polls at once.
You know, we have some
guy.
We have some cool stuff in Texas.
Middle out.
Middle out.
Oh God.
Middle out.
Okay, stop it, you guys.
I want to go see the so if I'm going to go up there, especially for Alien Con, Garrett, I want to go see the Robert E. Howard Museum, which is on the way to your house.
Yes.
Definitely go to that. I want to live stream it. And then I want to go see the dinosaur tracks. There's 2 separate dinosaur tracks here in Texas.
Really?
There's one a little bit north of Austin, and then there's one a little further north. So oh, look at that. It's We Found a Girl for You. Right here. Do I want to block it? Doesn't that usually bring more up? Hey, I got a better idea. Hang on.
There is a dinosaur. There is a dinosaur park between me and my nearest town.
No way.
Or city. Yeah, it actually has the Jeep from Jurassic Park. Like,
oh, that's awesome.
That's
sitting out in front, and I could see like. Obviously, they're not real dinosaurs, but you can see dinosaurs. It's pretty cool. I know.
Oh my God,
they're extinct.
Fuck these fucking assholes! Always demonetizing us. Always demonetizing us.
Is it the bots that do that?
No, I could deal with the bots. I don't care about the bots.
But is that what demonetizes a video?
No. It's saying Randall Carlson and freaking Graham Hancock. That's what demonetizes.
That's what it is.
Oh,
yeah, bastards.
That's so weird. It's so blatant how much the mainstream narrative, the legacy narrative, is against it.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
All right, I've got Unsettled Science, Forbidden Frontier, Ancient Frontier, and Paranormal at Frontier, but I can't fit any more. I can only do 4.
That's fine.
Ancient Frontier is cool, but it also kind of like locks it into like ancient
stuff
instead of like it being an all-encompassing. Just who knows? Like,
sorry, I had to put on slow.
Think about the future,
guys.
Let's do the Quickening. I'll do the Quickening,
and I'll take it off in a little bit, but that's what takes care of that.
What should this show be titled? Time to vote.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we're still in like beta, basically.
No.
Kind of like half the men in this country. We're still kind of in beta mode.
It's a lot of those.
A lot of those.
A lot of those betas think that they're alphas, but they're.
Oh, we will be streaming on Rumble. By the way, somebody asked. This will be it's going to be on Nerdrotic Live, but it will be a Rumble focused thing, right? In other words, like I don't give a shit what happens to it over here. Like it's going to be here. And if people prefer to watch it here, one will not get more attention than the other. But if it gets demonetized here, I'm just not going to care. That's the focus. Is I'm more caring about what happens at Rumble.
Dude, Rumble's looking good, man.
Yeah, I'm really liking their trajectory.
Did you see their new UI? They
they rolled it out just for us on Friday Night Tights. That's what I told myself.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Yeah.
No, they're really good. They're really communicative.
Yeah,
they really are. Yeah, they're great.
So, I mean, what they really want to do, which was my biggest concern, was like, I don't want it to just be this right-wing echo chamber, right? If you want to compete against YouTube, you got to welcome other people. You got to welcome pop culture. Let the UFO, I know they don't give a shit about, like, they're stoked. They would be happy to have somebody like Secure Team over there, and I think getting like Russell Brand was huge for that. I mean, he's heavily political, but like what I hear from other people who are in my sphere is they just don't want to go to another political site. It's fine. The politics are there. And I understand why people have to go there because they got fucking silenced at YouTube, which fucking sucks. But if anybody's going to compete against YouTube, you got to let everybody in. You got to.
Yep.
And I think they are giving it a good effort, which I appreciate. Yeah,
you got to be able to go there if you need to change your AC unit. We'll find a video on how to change my AC unit. Oh, look, there's one on Rumble.
Run on Rumble. Exactly.
You could just call me. I literally did HVAC.
We'll make a video on Rumble about how to change.
I want to call you. Make a video. I want to watch your video. I don't want to.
I don't want to talk to you.
Oh, all right. Well, fine. Fuck you. I don't want to help you anyway. Go watch a YouTube video.
A Rumble video.
No.
Yeah.
The way.
Good call.
It's so hard to get handymen and shit out to do your house. Like doing a how-to video will be huge. That's going to be your own business because we're all going to have to do our own shit. I got somebody to fix our roof. Thank God.
Oh yeah. I'm glad that you didn't have to repair or replace it. That's huge.
Man, that sounds like that would have sucked.
Yeah, I heard you talking about that.
That would have been nice. Buying a house, like buying a freaking house, like in
basically.
Wisconsin, but that's what it would have been. Yeah, it would have been not fun, even in Texas.
Yeah, and you need a roof. I mean, that's important.
You can't go without. I love what the roof.
Say that's the first thing you look for in a shelter.
They said your roof is fine. You repair it, and then you wait for the next big hail. And then your insurance will cover it. I'm like, oh, okay. So when's the next big hail? He's up. It's usually every 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, how big does it get? They're like, oh, softball. I'm like, what?
Softball?
Yeah, legit.
That's like that's a large
dude.
Damn.
My neighbor
does some damage.
Best car cover ever. My neighbor comes out. It was supposed to hail like 7 months ago, and it did pretty good. And his car cover inflates.
Oh, he's got one of those.
He's got an inflatable car cover.
Video
like, that's awesome. That's freaking great.
Yeah, and then they're hitting and shooting off at other people
in other directions. Yeah,
and hurt my car.
Not in the car though.
I mean, I have a garage, but what did somebody ask? Driver's license? I have not gotten my Texas driver's license yet. I'll get around to it.
Well, when does your California one expire?
Next year.
Okay. So you still have some time. So I have an Arizona driver's license, and my driver's license, let me grab it real quick. Hold on. It expires in 2049.
What?
I'm not
Why?
joking. 2049 is when it expires, and I got it in 2011.
What the hell? How do you get the fast track on the really long dates?
I think I turned 65. And I think that once you hit 65, then it's every 5 years. It's like, you know how to drive. All right, cool. But once you get older, then you got to start proving it.
Check your sight and
something like that.
No, California needs that couple $100 every time. When does it expire? Yeah, 2023.
That's now.
That's this year. Oh yeah, it expires this year. Sorry.
You're like, February. Oh, next month.
No, my birthday. It expires on my birthday.
Oh, okay.
We got a few months for that.
All right.
All right, we got a couple of front runners right now. Unsettled Science and Forbidden Frontier are the front runners right now.
Okay. We'll have to do a supplemental poll, right? With the other one. How many did you leave out?
I only left the one out.
The Quickening. So we'll put
the Quickening was in
no,
there.
I left out Ancient Frontier.
Read your list again, Gary.
Okay. Is Forbidden Frontier, Unsettled Science, Ancient Frontier, Frontier's Edge, Impossible Things, Paranormal Frontier, The Quickening.
Oh, he had like 4 more in there. Frontier's Edge is cool.
Yeah, I like that too.
So we have to do 2, and then we'll do like it'll be like a
semifinals,
championship, and then we'll have the finals. We'll do it today. We're gonna do it tonight. Okay.
We're doing it live.
Doing it live.
Send me that list. I don't want you to have to repeat it every time.
He wrote it down. Now he's got to type
private
it out. My God.
Well, why would you write it down?
Did you hear the sigh?
Why would I write it down?
Why would you write it down?
That sigh meant I wrote it down in my book, so I didn't have to like do this.
Type it out.
Weird Science. That's a great movie.
Great movie.
And a great soundtrack.
Frontier's Edge. So cool. I like it a lot.
I don't even know how to spell Frontier.
I think that might be my favorite. Frontier's Edge.
Frontier's Edge sounds pretty dope.
It rolls well off the tongue. Welcome to Frontier's Edge. It's got a good vibe to it.
Airlines suck, by the way. Don't fly Frontier Airline.
Frontier Airline.
I had to look up how to spell it. So there's I didn't spell forbidden right either. Look at that.
Don't just type it in the private chat.
I've got that one.
Yeah, then blame it on Garrett if he misspells it.
I got forbidden.
I don't care.
That's the front runner right now is Forbidden Frontier.
Where'd it go?
Oh, Forbidden Frontier took the lead.
Yep.
It was Unsettled Science for a while.
It was.
Unsettled
Frontier.
Oh, Unsettled
Science. I don't think it rolls off the edge. It rolls as well. Forbidden Frontier is also, it feels like a little long to say.
A little bit. I think Frontier's Edge is like.
Yeah, because we're like going up to the edge and like looking out into the frontier of the like the unknown.
I went to the edge
of science, of paranormal activity.
I lost a lot of friends there, baby. I got no time to mess around. Come on, you know the Van Halen song. No,
Gary, you with me on this?
I don't know.
You with me? All right, cool. Yeah, you're all alone over there, Gary.
I'm all alone.
I should know. It's Van Halen. I should know.
I didn't even know who it was.
You guys combined probably barely make my age, to be honest with you. So,
we know that's bullshit. You're not pushing 70, dude.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you'd have to be.
Yeah,
I just feel like it. All right, those are all of them.
Okay. All right. Let's see which ones I don't have in the first list.
Hidden Frontier, Unsettled Science, Ancient Frontier, Frontier's Edge, Impossible Things, The Quickening. The Quickening. All right.
Yeah, the more I see The Quickening, the less I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The same.
I'm not a fan anymore.
Plus, like I said in the chat,
You're
it makes me think of women getting pregnant. That's what they call it. The seed stuck.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
the Quickening.
Good. All right, so I'm going to take a screenshot of this first poll. Or you'll have it, right?
Go ahead and take a screenshot.
Just take a screenshot.
I don't know how the polls. I only work the polls in my spare time.
Oh, there you go. Nerdrotic's Journey into the Paranormal, says JS Pena for $1.99. Cheers. Muffler tape for $5. Ben David. Oh, I read this one. Carlos Batista for $5. What's up? Cosmic Oddity, a reference to David Bowie's Space Oddity. By the way, happy birthday, David Bowie, today. And I believe William Hartnell.
Oh, really?
And William Hartnell, the one and only first Doctor from Doctor Who.
And my dad. It's my dad's birthday today.
Oh, it's your dad's birthday.
It is.
Well, happy birthday to your dad.
I know. Yeah. Great man. Great man.
I met your dad.
Yeah.
I met your dad.
He's into all these things. So he's going to love this show.
Are you doing a new poll now?
All right. I've only got 2 new
she said
titles. So
Well,
I
come
can
on,
look at
guys.
those. Let's
Come
go with
some-
two more titles. and we'll make
Forsaken
another.
Frontier, Explorers of the Forsaken Frontier. That's a good chapter for a book. Chris a Black Wolf for $5.
Gay Science Hour.
Yeah. Oh, that's it.
We found it.
Big Coffin Hunter. How about the Saw Demisers? The Saw Demisers? I don't even know what that is. Oh, the Saw.
Oh my god!
He got you to say it. He got you.
You
Wow.
got me. I'm like, what? Oh shit!
I don't. Let me say it again, but slower. Maybe I'll figure it out this
that
time.
name. I love that name.
You got me. Woo! You deserve it.
Congratulations.
Big Coffin Hunter. Well done. Well played.
All right. I saw the Frontier Fellowship, which is kind of cool, but I don't know.
Paranatural history. Kind of interesting. Paranatural.
It doesn't have to be Frontier.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be frontier. It's just an idea. One of those words you throw out and you go, give me ideas.
Midnight in Texas. Been waiting on this new show for a long time. I'm so ready.
Hey,
Texas. It's almost pretty good.
Texans.
Well, it's
I'll be
like
in Texas
Midnight in
one
the
day.
Desert, which was Art Bell's final show. I wish I could just take that name.
Oh, yeah.
They'd let me have it. Wonder if I can contact somebody if they'd let me have it. I think they're still doing the show though with some girl. But Midnight in the Desert, and they got what was it? Gail. What was her fucking name? The country singer. Help me, chat. Crystal Gale sang the song. Like wrote a theme song for him too.
Cryptronic.
Ooh. That sounds like Crypt Chronic. Been waiting for this new show for a long time. I'm so ready for it to be a regular thing. I used to listen to Art Bell all night while working back in the late 90s and early 2000s. I did too, Isra Door, for $10. Thank you. So what do you think? Do you think someday we could do this as a like not just a weekly show, but more than that? I mean, not anytime soon. I'd say
I mean, if it comes to the point
maybe
where
next 5 years. Maybe.
we're traveling and we're getting paid and like we have a really good following, I would absolutely love
I would too.
Love to do this full time. I
Yes.
would love it.
Yeah, I would love that.
Because this is the one I would do till the day I died. Like the pop culture war thing. I mean, there's a time limit on that. It's not anytime soon, but like I've said it a million times. I don't want to be 60 bitching up. Like if woke Hollywood hasn't turned shit around in 8 years,
just let it go.
I'm gonna
Right.
pass it on to somebody else. I'll give it to Garrett and
Just moving on.
but I don't want to be 60 and
I'd probably keep my Bay Staff Monday show. I would just do a weekly show instead of a daily show.
yeah, I would do the live streams. I would always do the live streams.
Well,
But
I
this would
wouldn't.
be
I don't know
like-
if I would do Monday through Friday if we would like.
You
turn
like cut
up
it
a lot.
down.
Yeah, I couldn't on other stuff too, but that'd be fine. I
Yeah.
could do this Monday through Friday. That would be fun.
And hey, you got a home base in Europe. If you guys want to come out
There you
here,
go.
and we can bounce around.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there. I got a sauna
And you got a base here, so you can
and
you
a
can do
wood
both.
fired hot tub.
Oh, what?
hot tub
I-
stream.
Isn't that
I-
called a
I literally-
cauldron?
I don't know. No, it's got this like wooden barrier, and then there's this like submerged fire thing. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
I haven't used it yet.
And you're
but-
chanting incantations with a stick while we're in there.
Yeah, funny enough,
Don't mind me.
the wood fired hot tub is right on this old stone fence. I have like a massive stone fence wall. It's freaking awesome. But right on the other side of that is the Viking heritage site. So like,
No
who knows,
way.
man?
Oh, see,
Who knows?
there.
I'd love to go
Go
see
there.
that too. That's
Yeah, we go check out the Viking heritage
yeah.
site.
The Vikings that had dreadlocks.
They did.
They did.
Yep.
They did.
All that cultural appropriation shit. What call?
Yeah, it goes back thousands of years, man.
Can we
Yeah.
act like wolves and stuff? Like in Northman?
No,
It's like
there are
"Ah,
people. There are people that are doing that now. Wolf selves.
Oh, not like that.
I know, but we
Not
got to
like
wait for
that.
the pendulum to swing back a little first.
Yeah.
Before we
Yeah.
Gotcha.
start going there.
It's
you know?
not related to the internet in any way. See, I think the internet is the part that messes it up.
It messes everything up. Hernandez Professional Accounting. Hail. Hernandez Professional Accounting. My father was an accountant. For $5, hit the like button and free Top G. Innocent until proven guilty. That's right. No, YouTube doesn't see
Well, that's America, though.
Yeah.
It's not everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know Romanian law.
I don't know Romanian law either. I don't know what's up with that guy.
I don't either, and I don't really want to get into it because
I don't need. Yeah,
like, who is Andrew Tate to me? Like, I don't nothing. I don't know who Andrew Tate is other than
Just
what
some
I
asshole.
see.
Yeah, don't.
I feel like any man who must say he's king is no king. It's the same shit as like screaming that you're an alpha male. It's like,
yeah,
fuck you.
alpha
Shut
male
up.
don't need to say
No.
that.
Who
Yeah.
fuck you?
It's a pickup
I
artist.
instantly don't
What it
give a
is.
shit what you have to say, man. Like, get out of here.
I thought we decided pickup artists were cringe and we would laugh at them.
I thought we already went through with one of those really heartfelt.
Didn't we?
Oh yeah. I remember that.
John,
I gotta say though, I've met Jack Murphy many times. He was always very nice to me, so it was very weird to see that side of him, because he was always very nice and like he would be over at Tim's place a lot. So it was like, he's always there, and it was like,
I think if he
cool
was
dude.
upfront about it,
Exactly,
It would have been a whole different
if he
thing.
just come out and said, "I did this thing."
had he
Over.
owned it, been like, yeah, that's right, I shove things up my butt for money. It's like,
But
what?
that's
Had
why-
he done
that's
that,
why I'm here. That's why I found Christianity. I was like so debaucherous and stuff like
Right.
that, and like that, then
boom.
Yeah.
would understand that, man.
Exactly.
You had to hide it and lie and do all that stuff. That's why it all bubbled to the surface.
Well, and when you try to hide stuff that you're embarrassed about on the internet, I mean, do you know the internet?
Yeah.
You tell the internet you don't like something. Guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna shove it down your throat. They're gonna shove it down everyone else's throats too, and they're not gonna pay $69 for $69 and do it for free.
That's why, like, very, very early on, I'm, this was in my life too. I was doing this in my life before the online thing started, but I just decided I'm not lying anymore. I'm tired of lying. It's against my program. It's against my and if I don't get a job, fuck it. I don't care.
Hell yeah.
I'm not lying about like
This
being
is the
felon
way.
anymore.
Yeah.
This is I'm going to tell my employers. I'm going to tell everybody. I'm going to own this shit because it felt disgusting lying about it, and I felt like I was always worried that somebody would find out or some background check, and I just finally said, "Fuck it, I don't care." Like, it's been long enough.
And look at you go, man.
And Tesla didn't give a shit. To their credit, didn't give a shit. They probably got a tax credit out of it. You get a tax credit if you hire ex-felons. So, but I told them, I just like, they recruited me and I put yes. And I told them everything and they're like, fine. They were like, okay.
That's
So,
great.
Yeah. Good for them.
Paranormality. That sounds kind of cool.
Paranormality.
You always got to check and make sure it hasn't been taken too.
Yeah, we'll have to do that.
It feels like a band or something.
Yeah. I think
I'm
we're
thinking
on something with
Paramore,
the
but
Frontier thing because I don't.
okay,
think
so you
a lot
like
of people-
Frontier.
I'm warming on it, but I like the one what's the one I like?
Which one?
Paranormal
What on that list? Which
Frontier?
one do you like?
Forbidden Frontier, Paranormal Frontier, really good. I think those are good. Frontier's Edge is the third. Ancient Frontier, that's good too. Because I was all set on Unsettled Science. I was all set on that.
I like that. I still like that title too.
But we're gonna let the people decide.
I'm not the biggest fan of Unsettled Science. I don't mind it. I think it's cool, but
That's what my wife said too.
yeah,
I'm really liking Frontier's
She's like,
Edge, though. I think you have a point. Like, it rolls off the tongue.
Frontier's
really well.
Edge is cool, man. I like the way it
I
Mhm.
can see it in the title, thumbnail.
yeah, me too. It looks good.
Yeah, that'd be a good logo. We'll have to get Perry to make an intro. Be
Yeah.
Oh
fun.
my gosh. Perry
It'd be
makes
fun.
amazing.
Forgotten Frontiers.
No,
Forgotten
Perry
Frontiers.
did. I haven't even bugged him after his last video. I'm like, I'm gonna let him
Let him rest for a
let him
little
rest
bit.
for a little while because I know, like, we went to the wire on that one. I'm like,
That
we
was
need it
close.
out by the end of the year, so we got it out on New Year's Eve at 4 p.m.
And it looked
Wow.
badass.
and it was
So
fucking
well
awesome.
done.
Oh my god, yeah. He needed an extra couple days. I'm like, dude, take it. and it was worth it. It was totally worth it. And he was all worried. He's like, I'm just gonna throw something together for the Rings of Power. And it was like such a chef's kiss at the end.
I know, what the hell? He was like, oh, the last 2 minutes are just like throwing
You made
together
me
clips.
sound so good. Shit.
It looks great.
Next one is I gotta add things keep happening. Shit. It sucks. I hate it when that happens. Like another article comes out. I'm just gonna have to use the headline. But
oh, that article you posted. Like, how'd you miss this? That was hilarious.
I do a whole video on. That's for one. It was in a foreign language, so I had to translate it. Right, and I translated it, and this is fucking crazy. It is the craziest shit I've ever. Like, it's parody. I'm like,
what language was it in? Just curious.
Tell me.
Because sometimes translations
it's got umlauts.
Get so skewed.
It's a woman named Lotta Vagina or Lotta. What's her name? She looks really Northern European. Like she's got moles.
Let me look at it. I wonder if it's Swedish.
She goes after my looks, which is great.
I know a little bit of Swedish now. I've been
might be
attempting.
Swedish, Norwegian, something.
Not the same at all.
Know, but like
very different.
Cold white people.
They all look the same.
It's where the cold white people are.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah, I'm there.
All the icy whites.
I'm literally that right now. I'm cold and I'm white.
Somewhere there. Finland, fucking Sweden. I don't know.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Well, the quickening has lost.
Quickening is lost.
It's definitely lost.
Quickening is gone.
But we'll always like. I am going to put a frame picture of Art Bell. Behind me, so that will always be there. That's going to go on the walls of wonder because he is like a major inspiration. So I'm going to make sure that will always be seen in all my videos, every show. Going to give Art Bell the proper respect he deserves.
Gary, do me a favor. Send me something that will give me like a window into who Art Bell is and what he did.
Okay, I'll pick like 3 of his best shows and send them to you.
Cool.
Because there's Father Malachi Martin, The Exorcist. I'll send you a Graham Hancock one when he came back from his like 3rd retirement. Madman Markham, which is nuts, the time traveler. And
cool.
I can send you Alex Jones early stuff when he calls in from the Bilderberger. It's crazy shit. But like,
send me in. I'll check them out.
But what's great about his style is he'll be listening to Richard Dolan or Graham Hancock, who are like I see as very respectable people, and then he'll be listening to like I never liked Open Lines that much because it was just the craziest shit you ever heard. But
so it was a call-in show.
It was a call. Friday was his call-in show, Open Line. So I usually skipped it because like it got nuts. Like he didn't screen any call. Call. He just let whatever fucking call in, and it was funny, but it got tiresome. I was there for the information, but he treated everybody the same. Like he had this really calm tone, and would let people talk and wouldn't jump and say you're full of shit. He'd still clap back, but he'd do it respectfully. He's one of the best interviewers I've ever heard, ever.
All right, could probably learn some things from him.
Respect.
Mysterious unknown.
Boomers exploring ancient frontiers, says Eric A for $2. You would know, Boomer. How's nice waves in your neck of the woods, dude? He sent me this video of the storm that just went through, and Santa Cruz got pummeled, huge waves, massive waves. It was the storm was so bad that hit San Francisco, 4 days ago? They sent hurricane planes in.
Wow.
To see because it was nuts. It was what they call an atmospheric river, which hits California roughly every 7 years when they get all their water, and then they go into drought for 7 years, and then they get rained on like really hard one year. Then they go in the drought for 7 years. It's called normal California. Now, dipshits like Gavin Newsom will say global warming. No, that's normal California. It just rains really hard one year, and then it's dry for 7. That's normal. Explorations into the unknown, says Eric K for $2. That's a pretty good one. I'm feeding my duck right now to this virgin episode, says Accident Seller for 22 Norwegian krona. Speaking of cold white people.
Norwegians.
Hey,
Hey,
a fellow
hang on.
cold white person.
We got to bring one back from Friday Night Tides. Oh, yeah. Feeding the ducks. And we found out that feeding the ducks does mean masturbating.
It does.
And then I told Shad to look up how many songs there are about masturbation, and songs you would not believe were about masturbation are about masturbation. There's the obvious ones like Dancing with Myself, and there's many, many others. And yeah, they're all about self-coupling.
Well, I've still only got 2 titles to go with the next.
The coupling, the self-coupling.
Self-coupling. There we go.
The Quickening should be the name of the show, says Eddie for $1.99. But I think somebody else has it actually. So I
really?
have to double check. Yeah. How about the Paranormal Frontier for a name? Bama Brad 1970. What's up, Bama Brad? Thank you for the $1.99. Eric K. Stop super chatting, Eric K. You're not supposed to. Adam's Lost Dutchman's Mine. It is not in Arizona, but in New Mexico.
What?
The Lost Dutchman Mine.
The Quackening.
I said New Mexico. I didn't say Arizona.
Oh, no, Eric thinks it's in Arizona.
Oh,
that's the way I might be interpreting that wrong, Eric K.
I don't know. It was just I don't even know who the person was. It's just I heard him say it, and I was like, "What the hell?"
You're from Arizona, so you know, like,
I'm from Chicago, but I lived in Arizona.
You lived in Arizona, so you know, like, it is really different from New Mexico. It almost looks instantly
very
when you drive through. It's crazy.
Very different. Weird. I've driven through New Mexico many times, and Arizona is one of those states that you can drive through Arizona, and it'll feel like you're in a completely different place 5 or 6 times.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Depending
you can be in like
go.
a pine forest. You can go snowboarding. You can go to like the Sonoran Desert, saguaro cactuses, to like barren dirt, like desert dune like deserts. It's like Arizona's crazy, man.
It's a great state.
Yeah, it's a cool state. If only they didn't. Never mind. I don't want to get political.
It's okay. That's why I didn't live there. Well, I mean, the houses were really expensive, and it just became California East, and we moved there too late. And want to apologize to all of the Arizonans again for Californians. They're the ones who fucked it up. Adam Young, gold comes from the stars that have exploded.
Yep.
So do we. But
what do you mean by that?
We're made of star stuff. You know that, don't you?
So like everything is star stuff. But the gold came from landing from meteorites.
Okay. I mean, I don't know how our planet put together. They said our planet was just a bunch of meteorites that eventually globbed on.
A good point.
And made a planet, but we don't know. But our planet has a lot of fucking gold.
Yeah, it does.
And that's why Zechariah Sitchin wrote The 12th Planet and said that the Anunnaki came here to mine the gold, to put dust in their atmosphere to keep their planet from dying or whatever, and created humans to mine the gold because our planet had a lot of gold. Well,
I love the movie Stargate. There's something about that movie that
it's all from Zechariah Sitchin. I mean,
is that where Stargate kind of like came from?
Stargate borrowed a lot from Zechariah Sitchin, from Eric Von Daniken, all that stuff. Yeah. The movie.
Plus Kurt Russell.
Well, yeah, it's like one of the only Kurt Russell movies I don't like. That and Death Proof.
He was good in Death Proof.
I fucking hated it.
Death Proof sucked ass. Like that movie was so stupid.
Hated it. I love Planet Terror.
Planet Terror never saw that. 30-minute long conversation in a diner.
I know. God.
Get in the car. Oh, it's called Death Proof.
It just sounded like a bunch of women, blah 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 blah. After a while,
and I was like, "Where are we? Are we going to get to the point where they all die in a car?"
But Planet Terror was the shit. I love. That was
actually good,
and the trailers were great for Grindhouse. So that's
Hobo
why
with a shotgun.
I own it, and I'll never watch Death Proof ever again.
Skip.
Oh, and Machete. Yes,
Machete.
Thanksgiving.
Well, boys, it is 4 a.m. for me. It's actually 4:20.
Pussy. No, I'm just
4:20.
420, bro.
Fucking jackass.
Go.
I still haven't eaten dinner actually.
Oh, damn.
I'm so hungry, so
Ooh.
I need to like eat something and then go to sleep.
Eat something, go to sleep. We're gonna start these earlier. We're gonna finish up some super chats.
If we could, that'd be awesome. If not, I mean, I'm still gonna show up because I love talking about this stuff. And again, thank you for bringing me on board. I'm gonna, I'll talk to you in the DMs about what I was about to say. But Frontier's Edge, I think, is where I'm leaning. That's my favorite out of all the ones I've seen.
What if we take Forbidden Frontier and Frontier's Edge, which I feel like we're kind of leaning towards, and then put those two together?
Put those two
Like
together
head
for the
to head.
audience to decide.
Forbidden Frontier and Frontier's Edge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of want to be here for that. You gonna do it right now?
I'm gonna do it right now.
Do it right now.
Do it right now.
I'll read some soups real quick. Hello from Fairbanks. Oh, I read that one. And Halfwit, thank you for super chatting. You're in the right place. D'Anio for £5 That's proper money. In the 80s and 90s, Arthur C. Clarke. Oh, fucking love Arthur C. Clarke. Was primetime UK TV with shows. Mysterious World, World of Strange Powers, Mysterious Universe. Freaking, that man was a genius. Absolute genius. I read 2010 when I was in prison, like in the worst part of prison. Read it over and over again. Love that book so much. I know it's a dated movie, but I freaking love it. Gary got some cream of some young guy, says mostly gluten for $5. Well, it was gluten free.
Mostly gluten. Hey, Ronnie.
Or Celio, what is it? Oracle. Oh, Oracle of Doom. I don't know why I said Orcelio because it's all one word. Of Doom 222 for 522. Just curious. Do any of you fine fellows believe in ghosts? Yes. Now, my belief of what they are, completely different thing. I don't think necessarily they're spirits of the dead. I think there's two types of ghosts, maybe more. I think there's two. But I think there's imprints of psychic trauma, and I think other dimensions bleeding over.
I think it might be the dimension thing. Yeah. Kind of feel like that.
But I've definitely I have experiences. I have a real, I don't have I think I've seen a UFO, but I don't know. I have definitely experienced a ghost.
Yeah, me too. So it's like I've definitely experienced strange paranormal events.
Yep.
But I don't know what those are necessarily. I've never seen like an apparition or anything like that, I guess.
No, mine was noises, things moving.
Yeah. I'm a see it to believe it kind of guy. I've never seen anything. I do have a recording of when I went into this old mortar base from like 1890 on the east coast of the US, and there's like a woman screaming in the background, like in the white noise, and it's really creepy. And I didn't hear that when I was there. And trust me, I was in the middle of this freaking, it was pitch black. I was using my phone light, walking in this like old base, from 100 years ago.
A friend of mine was telling me that exact same thing happened to him. He was at one of like a base like that, underground military base, and he was a guard. And he was walking his beat, and he just heard screaming. Just screaming. And he was like, I know there was nobody in the area because I'm searching it. I've walked that area multiple times, just screaming. And then he told his superiors, and they knew that it happened to them before. So it's like, that's weird that you would have the exact same experience.
Very strange. Very creepy. Very creepy.
See, this is weird.
Well, I like Skinwalker. It's a creepy story. I mean, it's like somebody should write, you could write a book about, there's a ranch where just space and time, there's just a ripple, there's a tear, and crazy unexplained, like basically what they think Skinwalker is it might be a tear in reality, but our brain is interpreting things the only way, like the dog standing up and smoking cigarettes. That's our brain interpreting something that we can't really understand what we're seeing. Yeah.
It's the complete unexplained, and you can't even imagine it. Your brain has to go like, a dog smoking a cigarette? Like, that's the best I can do.
That's the best your brain can do with what it's seeing, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's going on the board. We're going there.
We should go there too. Yeah.
If I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe we talk to the guys.
We build up a show. Maybe they might.
Yeah,
let us
you
go.
know.
Well, have them
come up
on.
with a
Yeah,
show
like,
name.
Hey, everybody vote, by the way. Vote.
Vote Frontier's Edge.
my old home in North Afghanistan is still blurred out. You guys going to come down to my neck of the woods and see what's left of the guide stones? The Georgia guide stones.
I thought they bulldozed it.
Yeah,
like,
didn't they?
the next day?
I think they did bulldoze it. Yeah. Ronan Medic 76.
Weird.
Those
$10.
commie guide stones.
Randall was pissed. Go watch Randall go off on like why listen to his argument. It's pretty good. But they were very new agey. I don't know. I don't think we should blowing shit up. I mean, people think it's NWO stuff. It's like, well, do you think they're going to stop because some guide stones got blown up?
I think they needed whatever was in that time capsule. I want to know what was in that time capsule.
Yep.
They were like, we can't have people know about what's in this. Like, we need to get this.
Blow it up, bulldoze it.
That's what I think.
I agree.
That's what I think happened.
How's the poll doing?
Poll is Forbidden Frontiers pulling ahead
Okay.
by a significant margin.
Let me know when.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
I don't like Forbidden Frontier.
But the people get to decide, so we'll learn to like it.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Frontier's Edge.
Frontier's Edge is freaking dope.
But I'm fine with either, to be honest with you. I'm good. As long as we have a name, I'll get used to it. I got used to Friday Night Tights.
Every time I tell somebody that doesn't know what Friday Night Tights, they're like, what? Tights.
Well, I never thought more than 100 people would watch the show. So I'm like, that sounds right. We talk about superheroes all the time. And it's
on Friday.
It's on Friday. It's a riff on Friday Night Lights. Never thought I'd move to Texas where Friday Night Lights means something. I mean, the fucking high school stadiums here are nicer than most California college stadiums. Dude, they're nice here. They got concession stands at the fucking high school football games, dude. What the fuck? It's
okay,
crazy.
I gotta get some food and go to sleep.
Get some food.
I'm struggling here.
I'm going down.
Thank you guys.
It's 9:25.
I don't know if I'll see you next week, but when we're.
I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow.
I plan on coming back next week, but unless you got something going on.
I'm saying, it's been
that's right.
month.
I'll be at William Shatner next week.
Oh, well, I was all ready for next week. What's up?
Well, you guys can do it.
William
I gotta find out. Well, let me find out what it is. But yeah, William Shatner's doing
let us know.
Q&A after Star Trek 2 in Austin.
Oh, that's cool.
That, yeah.
Like the movie?
Yeah, Star Trek 2 Wrath of Khan. We're gonna watch Wrath of Khan. Then he's gonna do Q&A.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We're staying in a hotel, so I don't see I don't think it'll be going that late. I'll just go to the hotel.
Well, we'll talk.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah.
Chat. You're the best, boys.
Chat's the best. You're the best.
See you, bro.
Take care, buddy.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.
Adam Crigler, ladies and gentlemen. Buy some Crigler coffee. We'll have that linked in the description. I'm sure the mods have already put in. Crigler coffee's awesome. Adam's awesome. Pottery in Central Washington for $10. Hey, dudes, look up the Lake Iliamna monster in Alaska when you get a chance. So that's Liamana. So it's Liamna. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to look it up right now. There's always some damn monster in a lake,
Yeah, I want to investigate those cryptids too. Like that's a whole nother aspect to this. Bigfoot. I mean, aliens are aliens considered cryptids?
No.
Well,
I mean, they could
phenomena.
be. The Liamana lake monster, also known as Ili, too many locals, Ganakade in Tinglet. Oh my God, I cannot pronounce it.
Not gonna work here anymore.
It is not gonna work. It's Jig-ik-nak in Alawitian is an aquatic cryptid reported to dwell in small Alaskan fishing village Liamna. The native tales describe a large beast that roams the waters. The monster has many reported sightings, along with a few reported that have caused deaths. Over the years, it has gained enough attention to lure Animal Planet show river monsters and attempt to find out what it might be hiding in the lake's waters. The monster is reported to be 10 to 30 feet long, with a square-like head that is used to place blunt force onto things like small boats. Although there are no physical evidence to conclude the monster's existence, many reports beg to differ. Yeah, I think some of these lakes just have big fucking things in them.
Yeah. Have you ever seen them pull out a giant catfish?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, those things get pretty fucking huge. Like,
There
if they're
is,
alive long enough.
In Lake Hodges in San Diego, there were catfish as big as fucking cows.
Yeah. They get
They
massive.
weren't being fished, and they would hang out by the dam, and all the food would just come right back down.
And they just wait there.
Fucking big. Big. They will eat your fucking dude. I was at Betty Ford Center. I was playing croquet, during my 30 days of sobriety. I went out and partied right after that. And there were some mallard ducks floating on the pond. There was also a catfish.
Did you feed them?
In the pond. No, the catfish ate all the ducks. I watched the baby ducks feeding the ducks.
It ate them?
Little baby ducks. Just went,
oh, that's sad.
and he just freaking ate them all. So the guy I was with from Redneck, a good redneck, wear a hat like this. He made fishing line out of whatever he had. I don't know where the guy found.
Just made his own fishing line.
Made his own fishing line, caught that fucking catfish.
Dang.
He got that
That's
catfish.
a fisherman right there.
Yep. And dude, it was not a pole or anything. He took a little stake.
He was just and then wound it back.
This is on a golf course. I mean, it's practically a golf course. It's not a golf course, but it's like it's in Palm Springs. It's in Cathedral City. So it's just grass and ponds and palm trees and shit. But they throw catfish in there to keep the ponds clean. Right?
And then one just
guy got mad. Don't eat those little baby cute ducks, you motherfucker. I'm gonna catch
my cute ducks.
And he did. It was funny.
Damn.
It was good. But in the end, everybody died. The fish, the ducks. I don't know if he lived or not. I lived to party another day. BMO better for $5. You guys should hook up with Jimmy from Bright Insight. He is a cool dude and covers a lot of the same stuff. We will, if he wants to come on, he's welcome anytime.
Yeah.
That dude. I like that dude. I've been following him for a long time. Dude, years. Because, I mean, when I was jumping on YouTube, and it's almost so long ago, I kind of forgot. But, like, I came here for paranormal stuff, for UFO videos. That's all I watched. Third Phase of Moon. Well, that guy's a weirdo. Secure Team. I think UFO Daily. All kinds of, and then looking for lectures like from David Hatcher Childress and Graham Hancock and people like Randall. And
yeah.
That's what I used to look up all the time. And
then they got rid of all that shit.
Yeah.
They just banned it.
Man, that's something we can because it feels like it's back now. But that had to affect Jimmy. Like hardcore, that had to affect his channel. If you manage to visit Peru, in Lima Center, there is a haunted house called Casa Machucita. There are tours, and I think one point people say stay overnight. In Cusco, there's a house where the tiles flip, even if people are right there. No way. Well, that place is, Sophie, that place is old, as you know. It is old. And Peru is Peru. We have to go to Peru.
If we're going to Peru, we're going to go to this place.
Mm-hmm.
Terrifying Legends of Peru, #1.
Well, we'll be like the Top Gun. We'll be like the Top Gear of
paranormal activity things.
Goofy and dumb.
I love that idea.
Yeah. We won't be this serious. We'll be goofy and dumb. I mean, we won't hurt anything, and we'll respect our what we're going after, but we'll be dumb.
I don't think there's anything we can do about that.
No, we're gonna drink the water. We're gonna do all kinds of stupid stuff. Get bit by bugs where our faces are swole shut. That happened to my poor dog, by the way.
Oh no, recently?
Yeah, Maris. Yeah, she got stung by a bee and half of her face
Oh
was just.
no.
It's okay now.
Oh.
Poor thing. There is a sweatshops in old American hotels that have shut down. A sour cream citizen for $5. Oh, there's still sweatshops all over this country. All over this country. With slave labor that are mostly immigrants. Not old America, new America. New America. And they're just, they're going to transfer the sweatshops from, that's what you're talking about, from China to Mexico. They will. Hopefully, we just hope they get paid more and they aren't slaves. That would be nice. But I agree with Adam. Just make the shit here.
Yeah.
Make the shit here. And, hopefully Mexico can work it out because it could be a great country. They've got tons of resources, great tourism, cool shit.
Great people. I mean,
people.
I've met tons of very nice, fun Mexican people, and it's very sad that their country has been taken.
It is really
cartel, and it's all corrupted and crap. But hey, so is America.
Well, yeah, growing up in San Diego, like illegal immigration it's part of life down there. I grew up in San Diego was a lot more country than it is now. It's kind of like what Texas is now, but I grew up near immigrant camps. So just out in the canyons, there'd be these giant camps where they lived and their kids would go to school with me. And, it's just part of life, they'd get preyed on a lot, which was fucked up. But, by the second or third generation, they're assimilated Americans. So there's nothing wrong with that. That's not the part. I think they just need to make the immigration part easier. Like get rid of
make it easier.
Yeah. I just don't understand how it's so fucking hard to get in our country and they make people wait for years, but then some motherfucker can walk in through our border.
Right.
It's just, there's a way to even that out, but it's just such a political football. Nobody wants to fix it. Nobody wants to really do anything with it, which sucks.
Right. Plus it benefits a lot of bigwigs. They benefit off of all the free work or all the very, very low wage work. So they don't want to fix it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm all for the wall, but I'm also for easing our restrictions a little bit to make it easier for people to get here. If they want to be here and they want to be Americans, I'm all for people wanting to be Americans.
Hell yeah.
The Grizzly, without you don't have to shit can your culture. That's not what we're about. The Grizzly for $20. Hasbro should go out of business. I agree. So should a bunch of other countries that help divide this country to the point where their government can get away with cold-blooded murder as long as it's against one side. I could not agree more. That's basically the summation at the end of my next video, which is basically just, the top 5 woke disasters could have all been about Disney.
Honestly, yeah.
This is just the Disney portion,
Yeah.
It's just
the follow-up, a little follow-up.
Honestly, Disney and Hasbro and limited run games can all go fuck themselves. Limited run games fired a Christian woman for following a Jewish woman. That's the bottom line. They were bullied by a biological male who started brony conventions to fire a Christian woman for following a Jewish woman. That's the world we live in today. So fuck limited run games.
Yeah.
They're getting destroyed as they should, right?
As they should be.
They go out of fucking business. And Hasbro should too, Grizzly. You're right. I mean, that's a company coming out and saying, hey, if you're Christian, if you're Jewish, if you're conservative, if you're Republican, if you're a centrist, if you're a classic liberal, we don't want your business. Okay.
Yeah. We think that you are dangerous.
Yeah.
Because we are committed to having a safe work environment and to be inclusive to everyone. How many times have we seen the same statement? We want to include everybody. So we banned this person for just having wrong think. It's so sad.
It is. I feel bad for the young lady. I mean, she had
Yeah.
to protect her Twitter. She had this fucking mob after her, and it looked like she liked her job quite a bit. So I know people have reached out to her, and I really hope like she will be working somewhere. But
It's like, fine, if that's how you want to run your business and that's the message you want to put forth, fine.
I bet you there's a lot of people in our sphere who would, find her a job or something like that. But that still sucks for her that she had to go through that for a fucking tweet from 2016.
So silly.
And yeah, now Tinkerbell boy, whatever the fuck he is off Twitter too. Good.
Bye.
Hey,
I passed 100K.
I saw. It's about time.
I know. It's
congratulations.
I was like, when I was editing the video last night and I had Twitter up and I was like, refresh. That work. Refresh. It's like 99.9. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Since Elon took over, like the followers have just
blown up.
It's
awesome.
So,
and not just like me, but like tons of people.
Everybody. Yeah, congrats, man.
Thank you. Well, I don't know what it means. It doesn't really mean anything, but
well, if you could start putting videos, like long form
that
videos,
could be cool.
That's something to think about.
Get monetized that way. After I spent like 4 years building up a completely useless platform, and then it becomes useful, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, because like I almost quit Twitter like a few times, and then I listened to my own advice. I'm like, no, we need to be here in the belly of the beast. We need to be here. We need to be here. And then it got a little better. It's not great. They've Az got banned, which was fucking stupid. So yeah, it's like 30% better. That's the way I would say it.
Yeah.
It's still
baby steps.
That girl got fucking canceled on Twitter. That stuff was not supposed to happen anymore, but it's still happening. But I think at least there's repercussions against the company that wouldn't have happened before. What I would prefer is that girl to still have a job. That's what I prefer. I prefer the company have fucking some testicles and the girl had a job.
Yeah.
Sorry to call her a girl, the young lady. $1 is 19 Mexican pesos. Cheers from Mexico City. Sorry for me devaluating your money so much. Hugo Ventura.
Ours is also trash.
Oh, you have the best food. You guys are awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people think we
I married one of you.
Mexico.
I love Mexico.
There you go. I have 3 beautiful brown nieces. Okay. Gorgeous brown nieces. So viva la raza. Gary's hair taint for 10 Australian dollars. Damn, this show is awesome. This is the first time I have been able to watch this live. Keep doing the emperor's work. Indeed. You did that Joe Rogan explanation of Warhammer, and I'm like, okay, I want to be into this now.
It's dope, dude. It's really cool. I didn't do it.
Really good.
I found it was a video I found, but
shared
it was a very funny video. But that's like, pretty much
what it's really about. Okay.
Pretty much.
I'm gonna regret it, but okay. Bubba Doom for $5. Have you traveled I-70 and seen how the mountains are folded? Yes. It's fucking weird, but a lot of that is from tectonic plates and isostatic. What's it called again?
Isostatic.
Basically, the ground is rebounding from having a bunch of weight on it. So what's still happening in the West is Lake
Rebound.
Yeah.
Isostatic rebound.
Lake Bonneville was essentially all the melted water from the ice pack. But what's interesting is the
depression.
There's the Great
Rebound.
Salt Lake in Utah, which was basically what Lake Bonneville used to be, but much smaller. And the Great Salt Lake is fucking huge. It's big. But Lake Bonneville was like 10 times bigger, maybe. Maybe I'm a little big on that. But so that's gone now. And the land has been rebounding for 10,000 years. So you have mountains that look folded. You have mountains that look like they're on their side because they are. They started this way.
They go, and you can see all the
Yeah.
the lines in the stone and the sediment.
And what's cool here in Texas is, we got the mesas, the buttes,
Mhm.
and that's all from being underwater. They were all like, this whole state was under a sea, under a giant sea millions of years ago. So this is just all an old sea bottom. That's why it's so fucking flat. But I
Yeah.
like it. I kind of like it.
I like the flatness. I thought the first time I started traveling the rest of the United States, I was like, oh, there's like mountains and stuff. It's really cool. But then I drove it so much. I'm like, I kind of like having the flat. So you could see so far in the distance. It's nice to have no mountains. Not that I don't love mountains. I do love mountains. Everybody's asking in the chat. A lot of people are. The explanation for Warhammer, it's on my Twitter. It's somebody's video.
Yeah, so they cut up
They took Joe Rogan, yeah.
describing, like, it's just a bunch of like cuts from all his podcasts, but it's it's strung together with Warhammer images. It's fucking awesome. And I have no idea what I'm looking at, but I'm like, that's so
I can play it.
You can play it. How's our poll going?
Our poll is Forbidden Frontier, 57%. Front runner. Looks like that might have it. There's only 1,000 votes and there's 2,000 people watching. So if you
there's a
are,
lot of people who lurk and don't hate.
Just go click. You click the button.
Lurkers, I see you. I see you.
I want to get your input.
I see you. I see you. Rogan is a squat. No, he's really short though.
It's really short.
He's way shorter than I thought he was. He's almost as short as Comics Division.
Almost.
The Happy Plague Doctor for $5. If you want to see massive current ripples, check out the Nebraska Sand Hills. I wonder if that's near the Nebraska Bays, which Randall has talked about, which could be ejecta from the impact on the ice sheet. Baleen for $19.99. Thank you. Can't remember when I saw it, but there were fish fossils found close to the top of Mount McKinley in Alaska. Yeah, that's not unusual. They have found fish fossils on the top of the Himalayas. Himalayas are relatively new for geological.
So how do you get fishes up there?
Well,
how do you get them fishes up there?
I used to find seashells in my backyard in La Costa, right? We were 6 miles inland. And we're on a hill, so it's like 100 feet up, 150.
Yeah.
And we dig in my backyard, and we find seashells all over the place. So that's not entirely unusual.
That's everywhere in Texas. Like everywhere, you'd find like little seashells. You'd find rocks. I used to live out in the country, and we'd explore the creeks, and there'd be tons of like fossilized rocks with seashells on them. Yeah,
sure
that's everywhere.
We dug down because it's fucking limestone everywhere.
Yeah,
like if they need limestone, they just look down on the ground and dig.
Oh, there it is.
There it is,
right there.
Well, they're creating all these roads, right? So they dig up all the limestone, and then that becomes the barrier wall that they use to keep the traffic off the new part of the road, which is, I guess, kind of smart. Yeah. I'll be working all Friday, so this is for FNT this week too. Oh, Josh Kelsey, thank you for the $50. Holy crap. And we got Drew coming back. I was thinking about bringing on somebody else too, but I'll keep that to myself right now. Might be kind of cool. I think you'd like this person. Jennifer Lawrence beehole is the eye of the Sahara, says Eric K for $2. That was you. That was just you looking at the fappening again, Eric. Yeah. GRN Raptor for $2. You do know about Bright Insight, future guest? Yes. Yes. Absolutely. I found out that last show that he was following me on Twitter. I was like, oh shit. I wasn't even looking for something like that. I was like, I felt like I big timed him. I'm like, fuck. I've been watching that guy before, like I was a YouTuber. 5 picoseconds for 10 Canadian pesos. There are entire tribes that the Mongols completely wiped off the face of the earth that we don't even know what they were called. Can't imagine that there is no proof, as the skeptics say. Yeah. So much history has been erased by the Christians, Christian and a lot Islamic religions,
And
burned
Islam.
books, straight up burns books. The Spanish burned the Mayan Codex. People burned stuff before what was it? The Normans came in and just conquered the shit out of Italy and
just wiped it out.
Like it's weird that we have more writing from like Mesopotamia than we do from more recent cultures. There's the Sea Peoples. We don't even know what the fuck they were called. We just call them the Sea Peoples. Those could have been Atlantean remnants. There's the
Tartaria.
The old kingdom of Egypt was more advanced than the later kingdoms. Like their stone cutting was better. Their pottery was better. Same thing goes for Göbekli Tepe. The older stuff is better. Same thing goes for Sexy Woman. And the older shit is better. Brian Forster has made a career out of showing you in Peru the older stuff is better. So yeah, we devolved. There was a higher culture, and so much has been wiped out. And we rely on what? Fossils. So a human had to die in the mud for us to know anything about him. So we
they had to die in like the mud, tar, or down a giant ice crevasse.
and then we gotta find
like in the perfect situation, and then we have to find it, and then we can find out some stuff. So like think about all of the people that died that we have not found. We have no way to get any information on. They would just disappear into the fabric of history.
Never found the missing link for evolution. There are hobbits now who we just thought was crazy, but now that is an established fact that there were little people on islands. Little people.
Yeah.
So we don't know shit. I mean, we're starting to figure it out, but as Graham points out, we haven't checked out the oceans. We haven't checked out the Amazon jungle, the Congo jungle. Know nothing about these things. There could be animals in there we know nothing about. There are animals there. They have pulled up fish they thought were extinct for millions of years out of the Indian Ocean that still exist. We don't know what's under the Sahara. It's a new desert. We don't know what's under there. But ground penetrating radar and LIDAR is getting better, and that will probably help in the future. Acrylicophobia for $2 says, what about history redacted for a show name? Well, that's pretty good. Hello, the Chinaman for $20. I wasn't able to see the live show Friday, so dropping by now. However, hope you guys are all have a good week, and I love my new Nerdrotic beanie and T-shirt. Hail! I'm glad you like it. Cheers.
It's a good beanie. We also, if you come to a meetup, might be able to get one of these hoodies. Do we have these on sale? The merch shop? I don't know. You guys just check out the link in the description and see if you can find it.
I know we're weird about merch, and it's because we're weird about merch. We like to give it away. Here's the deal. We've been blessed with this channel, and I don't want to I know people want to represent and stuff. So we try to make it, for one, we want to make good stuff. And so we have somebody we know, but it's pretty expensive to make. So it's honestly better to make limited runs and give it away and maybe sell something with zero profit. But I'm just not I don't know. I don't feel like I need to monetize everything. I'm a capitalist. Don't get me wrong, but we haven't found the right. Mixed Tees does our T-shirts. They're really cool. We like them. They do drop shipping. I think we have some sweatshirts. We'll definitely have stuff at meetups. We'll definitely have stuff. We do runs, but
we're working on that Letterman's jacket.
Yeah, that will be I
It's like a
to
specialty item.
It's
you
a
know?
makeshift
Like,
style, so you'll be able to pre-order that, and you'll be able to customize it for you somewhat. There's like little patches you can put on and stuff. But if you guys didn't see the Letterman jacket, I'll show a picture on Friday.
dude,
It was pretty cool. Friday Night
Yeah.
Lights Letterman jacket. It was pretty cool.
yeah.
From Flagrant Triggers.
And then we should all individually have our own patches made, so we
Yes.
could give those out at meetups.
Yes.
That'd be awesome. You can
Yes.
collect them all.
Gotta collect them all. Kind of like 221B did that with the backpacks, right? So they got the patches with the backpacks. Those are very cool. Go check out 221B does the Geeks and Gamers stuff. Cool guy. Suresh. Good guy. MMM Martin 261 for $1.99. You guys try to get Jimmy Corsetti in the chat. Oh, dude, we will get him if he wants to come on.
Was he in the chat?
I don't know. Was he in the chat?
That's what it sounded like from that. Super chat.
Shit. Did I miss it, Jimmy? Sorry, Jimmy.
We'll catch him.
We need X-Ray Girl here.
We're too scatterbrained, okay?
Yeah. Well, X-Ray Girl will start helping out soon once she stops getting sick for working the polls too much. Name suggestion from unique Precambrian knowledge. Oh. Dude, yeah, I was going down that Precambrian. The Cambrian age was terrifying. There's a bunch of giant things that look like lobster and that could kill you and eat you.
How large were they?
Giant shrimp. Giant things that look like shrimp.
What the hell?
Yeah, it was just it's all sea life and like fleshy plants. So these Precambrian things were like fleshy plants. Remember, did you ever see Peter Jackson's King Kong?
Oh yeah.
Remember the guy who got eaten by the fleshy whatever the fuck it was? That was like the freakiest part for me.
Yeah.
Those
like worm things.
Yeah, little worm things.
Yeah. That was Andy Serkis.
Yeah, got eaten slowly.
Get his face. Movie gets a bad rap.
I like that movie. I think it's a good movie.
It was the T-Rex versus King Kong scene. That was great in theaters.
Yeah,
watching that, and the sound design was really great.
I like that movie.
Good movie.
Too. I saw their all their stuff and what the hell am I doing? Oh, I need to refresh it. I'm dumb. We're almost out of here. At least I think we're almost out of here.
I think I'm gonna end the poll. Forbidden Frontier wins it because it keeps going up. It's at 58% now.
Forbidden Frontier wins it.
Forbidden Frontier.
That's the name of the show. All right. I just got to make sure. And that for Frontier's Edge will be our backup. Just in case.
Yes. We have to check if they're taking it.
Yep. All right. We really do need X-Ray Girl.
She's really good at her job. You know,
she is. Sorry, I'm trying to.
She sounded much better today.
She did.
Yeah, her.
I love how she was doing. She did story time. I couldn't believe she did that.
Yeah.
If you want info on the polls, check out Suspicious Observers channel. I will, Adam Young, for $5. That's the second person who's told me to check it out, so I will check it out. Sure, the museum wouldn't do that. Heck, the Smithsonian disappeared all the giant skeletons in 1800s. Mech 1164 for $5. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. There's too many reports. Too many for them all to be bullshit. 8-foot skeletons, 9-foot skeletons. Sounds reasonable. Maybe the Clovis people were just taller. We don't know what they fucking look like. It was WG who said they think they know where there might be some bodies, but they can't dig them up. But we've never found a Clovis person. We found their tools, but we've never found their bones. But we know they existed, and they stopped existing right around the time the mammoths did, and the woolly rhinos, and the short-faced bears, and the dire wolves, and everything else that died during the cataclysm. Johnny recaps movies for 20 British pounds. I've been living in the UK for 10 years. I'm sure you guys are fully capable, but if you need anybody coordinating, sorted out, I'd be glad to help closer to the time. Johnny, hell yeah, thanks. We might take you up on that. Email me. Because we're gonna like have to plan a little tour, probably. Because we're definitely going to Stonehenge, dude, and Bath.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Robin Swope for $10 says we're not giant bones, also rumored to be dumped in the Smithsonian to the New York Bay area by the Statue of Liberty. Yes, Robin, you're right. I wonder if the legend was had the location wrong. Maybe.
Why would they do that? I don't understand why they would dump artifacts. They just don't have storage.
Storage, and I mean, we were still a simple folk. I mean, with some things, what's funny is like somebody pointed this out the other day, but back in the 1800s, when there was a bunch of illiterate people, when you wrote a letter, though, it was beautiful. Like your simple, like, hello, mother, I'm doing great letter will be beautiful writing, so they took their time because they had time. But then they would do shit like take old bones and fucking dump them in the river. So you give me
like, what's this? Nah. What is this? A crime scene? Wash it away. It's gross.
I mean, there was a lot of religion, and what was going on is that the atheist academic was on the rise, right? So they really hated anything that proved cataclysm, a flood. They would have to redo all their work. So they're humans, they're corrupt, and they have bias. I mean, the more you hear about Egyptologists, like that shouldn't even be a thing anymore. Like to be an archaeologist, you need to have another cross discipline. You need to have some geology at least. You have to know about rocks. If you're digging in the ground, you need to know about rocks. And then there's is it astro? No, it's astrology basically, but there's another term for it. You really need to know that because the ancients were absolutely obsessed with the stars.
Yeah, so you need to know the context of what you're pulling out of the ground, what they were doing. That's what Ancient Apocalypse was so cool, because it kind of showed you parts of the context. The half of the episode was about what the artifacts are, what these temples are, and then the context of the people that made that. So you understand what they might have been trying to convey, or what the reasons why they were building it. All that stuff matters. It is kind of weird that they don't have a cross discipline like that. It's not like a required thing. Like, what do you do other than just dig stuff up out of the ground and go, well, this is it? There's so many other things like involved in that.
There is cross disciplines matter, and a lot of people. There's a lot of guys who do it, and gals who do it, and good for them. M Martin 261 for $9.99. Dittos possibly. Explanation is that the Earth will occasionally stop spinning and greatly slow the spin, allowing the loose matter ground level and up to fly off at 1,200 miles an hour with winds and waves erasing all. That's terrifying. Hope that never happens. Ironworks Gaming for $10. Gary, I'd love to be involved somehow in your paranormal, etc. show. I've listened to Art Bell since '93. I'm at Xerox Ironworks on Elon's site. Full studio here too. Maybe we can do something. Sure. Hell yeah. So is that where like Elon's site? Is that where he set up shop? Where did he set up shop? I know he's not in Fremont anymore. Good. Do not mind our hosts. They get distracted easily. Oh, Shiny for $5. Squirrel. Joseph Benowitz for $5. Years ago, I watched a show. The scientists dug down life 2 stories and the layers of the earth sediment were exposed. In short, the earth has a cycle. It does.
Mm-hmm.
Sour Cream Citizen for $10. I live near you, Gary. We have a dried up riverbed where I live and work with dino-tailed drags feet away from human footprints, and then about a quarter mile away are wagon tracks. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I do. I gotta check all that shit out. The footprints, they say, are just another dinosaur. But there is a creationism museum here in Texas. There is.
Really, I'd like to see that too.
Yes, there is. It's got a petrified finger. Human
What?
finger. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Supposed to be millions of years old. Sunday night demonetized zone. It says indistinct chatter for $1.99.
That's what it really is.
Bubba Doom for $5. I'm probably late, but something high desert in honor of art. Yeah. I should have asked for midnight in the desert. I'll try.
That is a cool name.
I'm gonna legit ask for permission to see if we can like somehow incorporate like something he said into our intro. But I want to make it all above board. I want to make sure like his son or his wife make sure it's okay, or whoever owns. I know Coast to Coast AM owns a bunch of rights, but I can like use stuff from his show after Coast to Coast. I can find something from there and see if they'd let us do it just to honor him. Science Renegades says Aaron Wilbur for $1.99. Matt R says, what about Redacted as a title? But we've got a title, and it is. And thanks for all the suggestions, by the way. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Even the funny ones. Forbidden Frontier.
Yep.
Forbidden Frontier. I can confirm as is DL's lasting 50 years. Arizona's DL's lasting 50 years. Friends had one. I was thinking of as.
Yeah.
As.
I was like, what's this?
Taker 610 for $2. Got my Texas driver's license 2 weeks ago. Moving from California, wanted to cut all ties ASAP. Tricky, good for you. I have been here for almost a year, and I have not gotten my license yet.
You don't want people to know that you're from California around here, all right?
Well, it's probably easy, but this might sound crazy, but I'm always working. Always. And every time I think I have a day, something happens. Now, it looks like tomorrow is that day, but we also have the 9-year channel anniversary. We got to do member stream. So that's probably going to be tomorrow after I go to the DMV.
What is it better? I haven't been to the DMV in like 10 years.
Oh, I'm sure.
Got to be better, right?
One, like registering your car is like, it was enjoyable. It was 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Here?
Yeah. I took a number, walked up, gave him the paperwork, got my license plate, and went, fuck, you're kidding me.
I haven't been. Like I've heard that they've changed things up. You can go up and sign up on this little tablet thing. You don't have to stand in line.
Minimum at our DMV, 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on where you are. Like in San Francisco, I got caught at a DMV where the power went out, and I was there for 8 hours. But like 3 hours minimum.
That's a whole work shift.
Unless you get an appointment. But if you want an appointment, it's the same here in Texas, by the way. It's like 3 months in advance. Frontier's Edge is a new crappy Star Wars hotel. Oh, I forgot to mention Galaxy's Edge in my next video too. Shit. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I gotta do it now.
Write it down.
Fucking thing turned 20 minutes again. I was like, I'm gonna do a 15-minute video. Taker 610 for $2. EFAPD, every frame a paranormal discussion. Ooh, that's pretty good. EFAPD. The Lost Tales for $5. Unknown Declassified, The Hidden World, Secrets of Earth Under the Earth. Ooh, the Nerdrotic Files. That's from Adam Young for $5. Eric K, Rediscovered Frontiers. Funt Cucker for 5 Canadian pesos. Ola from the Socialist Republic of Canada. Really looking forward to a new show. Cool. I'm glad you like it. Get out while you still can. Nerdolithic Knights says Realistic Delinquent for $2.79 Canadian. Eric K, Forgotten Frontiers. Damn it, Eric, stop it. David Nelson for $4.99. First super chat about Forbidden Nerd and Logic. And I can't do it just disappeared.
Doesn't work.
And it's erased from my board. I got to find it and then re-upload it before I give it to you. Paranormal Aculus from Emery Claim. Cries Black Wolf. The Primordial. Ooh, that's pretty good. Billy Badass for $2. Tinfoil Chat. Use that. LOL. Sure. JC Hard for $2. Frontier Punk. Edge Runners. Andrew Matthews for 5 British pounds. Fe is the symbol for iron, and with the Iron Age, Frontier's Edge fits. Ooh, I like that. Vapor Trails for $4.99. So will you be talking about Planet X? That was Art Spell's big thing. Yes.
Yes, for sure.
Absolutely. There is something else pulling on our planets out there, be it a black hole, a dwarf star, or a big old planet, but something else is out there. Sour Cream Citizen, y'all need to watch Paul Cook's video, Liquid Stones. It's fascinating. Oh, is that where they liquefy?
Oh, I gotta watch it.
Stones, and because that's a theory that's very believable. Because there is precedence in nature, because there is a bird that can liquefy part of a stone with like its saliva or something like that. GRN Raptor for $50 says book suggestion for Quarter Black Garrett, Unholy Spirits by Gary North. Addresses occult, New Age, UFO, etc. materials from a Christian perspective and why modern scientific orthodoxy ignores the subject. PDF can be found freely online too. Another guy I will recommend. He comes at it from a Christian perspective, and I like a lot of what he does. I don't agree with everything everybody says. Is L.A. Marzulli. L.A. Marzulli. Mr. Wolverine 007 for $25. Oh, hey, just tuned in. Do you guys get those Dr. Jonathan Gray books I emailed you? I've been researching this stuff all my life. You emailed us. I will check. If you emailed me, then I got them. I got my Velikovsky books, dude. I can't hear you. You're muted.
Oh, sorry, my baby's screaming.
Uh-oh.
When did you get those?
I got them off eBay. So Immanuel Velikovsky was a friend of Einstein. Very respected guy. And then he did Worlds in Collision, which is basically the template for Graham Hancock.
This is, where Graham got all of his stuff from.
So World with Amnesia, Major Cataclysms from
Worlds in Collision.
Ology. His summations probably aren't the best, but like he laid the blueprint out. So I wanted to get like the originals, like nothing that's been fucked with or edited. So I got the first printing from 1950 or whatever.
Nice.
$30. Wasn't bad.
That's not bad at all.
No. And he did a bunch of them. So I'm going to read them all. Immanuel Velikovsky. But kind of a brilliant guy. So I think that he might have been onto something. Lenny Full Fump Sein, and there's a umlaut there. Paranormal Division. Oh, that's pretty good.
What was it?
Paranormal Division.
Paranormal Division.
Like Comics Division. Like, Joy Division. I was going to go with the Super Unknown because I really love that album. I
like that name too.
Yeah. I really love that album by Soundgarden. It's my favorite Soundgarden album. I worked at the warehouse when that came out.
Why didn't we throw that out there?
I don't know. Maybe we should. Should we want to throw it up there and see what people think of it? They probably think it sucks, but my wife didn't like it, but she's been wrong once or twice. Don't tell her I said that. TJ for $19.99. I'm going to say it. I believe about 90% of the history of the world we are taught are lies, and there's much a bigger picture to it. Question is, what truths have they kept hidden and why don't they want us to know? TJ, I've never put a percentage on it, but I think most of what we're taught is bullshit. Yes, I do. I think it's what's funny is universities are super woke right now, just utterly woke. But a lot of what their philosophical basis is on is the old structures of these old, for lack of a better term, white gatekeepers from the old universities, who are the first atheists and stuff. So it's really weird. It's weird living long enough to see the sides flip. And it's not the first time it's happened. It's just weird living through it, right? As Bill Maher used to say, Republicans used to be old crotchety guys who guarded your money. That's what Republicans used to be. Not very fun. We're talking way, way back. Democrats used to be racist. who were in hoods.
Used to be.
Well, here's the deal. But then they rebranded in the 60s, in the 50s and 60s. They rebranded. Did they change? No. So I don't know if flipped is the right term. It's the conservative is now moving way more into, because it used to be run by like, I don't mean to disrespect any religion, but there was the fundamental religion aspect, which was a bunch of fucking phonies, by the way. The religious people will probably agree with me. There were a bunch of fucking phonies. And Al Gore was part of that whole PMRC thing. But that was back when I was a kid. So we were like anti-PMRC. Anybody who wanted to like stop rock and roll, they were fucking old and stupid. But now the rock stars who we were defending back then are the bitches. They're the religious right now.
Yeah.
It's just weird. It's fucking weird. Didn't see that coming. Some people did, you know. I just, you know, whatever got me into this, whatever got me into like, there's way more to the world. I don't know what, maybe it's just, I was born that way because my birth mom, she's a Catholic, but she's always been in the ancient civilizations and stuff too. So maybe I got it from her. I don't know where I got it, but I've always questioned things. I've always questioned authority. I've never liked authority. I've never liked being told what to do. And I imagine you guys don't either. So I think that might be the commonality. Maybe we've experienced something, not sure, but there's definitely a type of person who likes to seek this kind of knowledge and just doesn't want to like walk through life, you know, like, just accepting there's more to it. And whatever we find out is a gift, right? We're not going to find out everything. Be nice, but
yeah, I was definitely grew up the same way. Is don't just accept authority because authority is authority. You know, don't just listen. Always question things. Always go, but why is it that way? And I think, that's a reason why a lot of the people that we end up meeting, you know, watch our shows or watch our content and stuff like that. They have that similar kind of aspect to them. They don't even have to agree politically or even on the same topics. It's that same kind of, I just want to know why. I'm not just going to believe you just to go with the flow.
I was confined in prison and rehabs for a lot of years. And I just never, when I got out, I never wanted to be confined by schedules or things ever. Now I had to work jobs for companies and I understood that. I'm like, I don't like this, but I have to do it because I need to eat and I got bills to pay. I got a wife, I got kids. I got to do these things. These are things I got to do. But, I'm going to try to work very hard so I don't have to do these things anymore. I'm going to pay my fucking dues and then I'm not going to do it anymore because I don't want to be in a box. I don't want to be trapped in a cage. I don't want people telling me what to do or believe. I don't think any of you guys do either. And it's nice to be in that position because it really sucked. Not being able to leave and not being free, you know, like liberty is like this thing, like people died for and it was worth dying for, like, so other people can do it, you know. It's definitely worth it. And
hell yeah,
you know, we're like giving it up freely to these
super unknown Sunday sus.
My first super chat fell off. How about forbidden nerdologic? David Nelson, I got it. I saw it. I'm sorry that it fell off, but I've got somewhat the list. I bitched to my YouTube manager about this finally. I don't know if anybody has. I'm like, you know, the background YouTube thing for super chats, it sucks. I told him
it's horrible.
Fucking fix it. James L. I mean, like, this is your bread and butter. It's your money. Like, can you just give us? I don't need it to be fancy. Give me an Excel sheet, like X-Ray Girl does.
Yeah,
just, you know. Wait, you can develop an AI that tells when I say COVID or groomer, but you can't get the fucking super chats figured out. What the fuck?
Priorities. Just make it a CSV file.
Yeah,
just downloadable.
Like, give us a downloadable one or something, man.
Damn.
Freighter X for $4.99. Sunday Night Science. Science would have a big problem with us. I think Unsettled Science would be the most controversial name.
Yeah, I think so too.
Which is why I was leaning towards it. Have you heard about the Michigan Triangle? No. Floki the Mad for $1.99. Is it like a boat? Do boats and planes disappear? Or do people? Joe Rogan will be the ultimate Wolverine. He would.
Oh yeah.
I fucking love Joe Rogan. I make fun of him for being short, but I like to listen to his show all the time. He whether fell into it or not, but he is the future. He helped create this sphere that we're in. That is the future of entertainment. That's another thing I forgot to put in the video.
Right down.
Dang it. Well, it's a saying I've said before, but like we are the meteor descending on the dinosaurs.
Yeah. And that's why they're so freaked out, because they see it coming. They're like, God, we got to stop it. How do we stop that meteor from coming down? Let's ban them. Let's silence everybody. Let's do that.
Any of you in the chat, I know this sounds like super basic bitch, but it's true. Any of you in the chat could be here in a year.
Yeah. Look at Ryan.
Yeah. Ryan goes to a meetup, and me and Jeremy tell him basically the same thing based on like we had a good long conversation with Ryan, and it's just like, wow, this guy's really fucking smart. And way smarter than us. Like, you should do this, and he had the gift of gab, right? And I've said it to others too, who are doing pretty well right now. So you never know. And that huge gatekeeper of like, when I was young, I was like, talk radio would be fun, but God, I got to go to school and broadcast. Ugh. Now you don't. Now you don't. Now you don't have to have a cadence. You don't have to break every 15 minutes. You can just babble all fucking night if you want to. I don't know if my dad was alive to see this right now. He always said I talk too much. Elijah.
You're calling.
Well, it's funny is my youngest son is quiet around other people around me.
Yeah.
No, it's every morning when I get up, I'm like, I'm a slow wake up. I just wake up really fucking slow. So I'm like struggling to get to the coffee, and I get 50 questions on the way to get to the coffee. It's like,
I experienced some of that. Cause we talked a lot about Spider-Man and different stuff like that when I was there helping out with the move.
Great kid.
Yeah, he's great.
I'm just like, can you wait till I get to the coffee, son, please?
Just 5 minutes. Okay.
5 minutes. With all the extra, by the way, Elijah Voller for $50. Thank you. With all the extra dimensional talk, please check out All Hail by Norma Jean. My favorite album of all time. It's heavy. It's melodic. It's fun. It's non-dimensional. I think the vocalist even knows you, Gary. Hail. Oh, I don't know. Do they?
Really?
Brilliant.
Extra dimensional? Is that what you said?
Extra dimensional. I'm feeling extra dimensional, but
that's
because I had Chinese food. It's a little salty. Off on Stephen Greer, says Burrito Jacko for $2. He's done great things in ufology, and he went a little weird. I think he got a little weird. He's really, I could be wrong, but he went into like the guru zone where he's like oming to call UFOs and shit. It's like,
yeah,
I mean, that's your thing. That's cool. He's still he's not dumb at all. He got the UFO he got a lot of shit together. So he's done great work. I don't mean to disrespect the man, but I watched his last documentary on Amazon and I fucking hated it. And I think he's there's a couple of guys who got a little too political. Like most of the ufologists have been kind of like middle of the road. We're here for the ufology, not for the politics. Even like Chris Mellon, who's he worked for the Bush administration and he knew Harry Reid. That guy's still middle of the road. And he was a former spook, but
like a real one.
Like a real one.
Yeah.
Like Harry Reid, completely charming when he's talking about UFO. Hated the guy's fucking politics. Hated everything about it. But like he was also kind of a normal Democrat, though. I don't want to, compared to what we have fucking now. But like when he talked about UFOs, like, all right. But I still think a lot of it was misinformation. But Stephen Greer, Didn't like his last doc. I think he's gone a little too woo-woo. Richard Dolan. He's got a good channel. He's got a website. He does some stuff behind the paywall, but like if you want some good old fashioned UFO talk and interviews, listen to Richard Dolan. He's a good one. What is it? Michael Barra?
All right, we're still on Forbidden Frontier.
Yep. Mike Barra, right? I think he's funny. Like he is one of the funniest guys like to do talks like at Contact in the Desert. And he's really into like his is like probably as fringe as I'll get, which is possible structures on the moon, possible structures, ancient structures on Mars. I'm into that stuff. But then he got kicked off of YouTube because during the pandemic, like he went hard. He went hard into the Q zone, we'll just say.
Oh,
Hard.
too far that way.
Yeah. Like John F. Kennedy Jr. still being alive and stuff.
He's hiding out, man. It's Argentina.
Yeah. I think Fetterman might be shaved Bigfoot. Oh, maybe you should investigate Lance Johnson for €5. It's just sad. It's sad. So what's the name?
We're still on. I ended it because Forbidden Frontier was pulling ahead by a lot. So that's still the name. So we're still going for.
Is Stephen Greer a psyop? I want to say yes. It's disappointing. I think there's a couple out there that are complete psyops. But the thing is, that's why like Richard Dolan, who believes in psyops, like will, but doesn't think everything is. We can't. When like the Tic Tac, I don't think it's a psyop. I think it's just something that bled through the cracks, but they're fucking shutting it all down now. The government's shutting all the UFO shit down. Not a big surprise that they were able to sneak it out while Trump was in office, but now that the deep state is back in town, that they shut it all down. So I think that, I know there's shit flying around our skies that we don't know what it is, and it ain't made by us. Some of it is. I think the big triangles, I think that might be us. The TR3B, I think that might.
Why? Like, for what reason do you think?
That it's us?
Yeah. Why would we make it?
I think it's an advanced technology that we don't have a total handle on yet, so it's still tested. I think it's us. It looks very terrestrial to me. When you get a picture of it, it's very terrestrial. But it might be us from somewhere else. You never know.
Or it's like adapted technology that we've made into something of our own.
Like they move slow for the most part. They move pretty slow. That's the kind of the giveaway for me. The Tic Tac moves too fast for a drone, for anything we can make. If we can make something that doesn't have an exhaust that can go that fast, that's 40 feet long, we could rule the world. We could ship shit from Amazon, from China to California in an hour. Like it's like, I think there's just, now, do I believe they suppress things to keep our false economy going? Yes, absolutely. Sure. But no, I think there is shit in our oceans. I just do. Well, why not? If you were here observing us, you'd be in our oceans. You'd absolutely be in our oceans. And I don't think they want to fuck with us at all. Why would they? They don't need they don't need resources. They can travel interstellar space. They don't need any of our resources. So they're just looking.
They're just studying our weird habitats.
Yeah.
Like, look at these weird monkeys. What are they doing?
Yeah. It's like, do we fuck with any of the hunter-gatherer tribes? No, not unless we're burning down one of their forests. But other than that, we don't fuck with them. Why would we?
And we did in the past, so maybe the aliens did in the past.
Yeah.
They came down here and fucked with us and went like, okay, let's just leave them alone.
A Dez, can you say my name? I just did. I don't know if I said it right though. For $5. First day back in the North Dakota oil field, driving heavy haul, hit some ice and drifted with the oil rigs. Oh no, motor.
Oh my god.
Could have been a very bad, but saved it. Good. 3 Beer Thunder. Holy shit, that sounds fun.
That is terrifying.
Get your butt pucker up a little bit. Ugh. Yeah, I haven't hit ice yet. I haven't done driving any potential ice yet. I have all weather tires and 4-wheel drive. Hopefully that stops it. What's your favorite animated DC movies? Says AM 3080 for $5 Australian dollars. It's between Gotham by Gaslamp and The Dark Knight Returns Part 1. Yes. Fucking awesome.
Fucking good. I got that on DVD. That's a hard choice. Can I say Mask of the Phantasm? Does that count?
Yeah,
or are we talking about like newer?
Mask of the Phantasm's the best Batman movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that. Where's my
Hey Gary, just got back from screening of extended edition of Lord of the Rings. No way. At Alamo Drafthouse. When?
What? Huh? No.
Just an FYI, ADH is showing the trilogy all month. What? Holy shit. Hang on.
For real? Hold on. Pause the show. We're looking.
Because I promised my son I would take him to the other ones. God, we'll go tomorrow. Fuck school. Oh shit.
Oh my god.
School tomorrow. I can't go all night. I gotta get up and take him to school.
Wednesday, January 11th. Richardson. I might have to make a little drive to Richardson. There's one in Richardson, Texas, and Denton, Texas, which is not. It's like an hour away. I fucking drive. Holy crap! I didn't know that.
And it's the day before Shatner.
Oh no! Wait, if you could find one in Austin,
2 Towers on January 14th. I don't know if it's the whole trilogy.
It looks like it's the whole trilogy.
It does.
Like not in one sitting. Like they're probably doing like 1 week, Fellowship 1 week, 2 Towers next week, Return.
Where's Stone Oak?
I don't know that one.
Park North. That's near me somewhere.
Lord of the Rings trilogy feast.
What? I'm just getting the 2 Towers. I want the trilogy, fucker.
Dude.
I mean, I'll watch the 2 Towers. Don't get me wrong. Where did you see that? Send me that. Alamo Drafthouse, Fantastic Fest, Graveyard, Wild Things, Foreign. I bet you it's in Austin and in Dallas, but it's not in San Antonio. What the fuck? Here. Only at the Alamo. Oh, so there's 2 Alamos near me. Alamo Drafthouse is near me. I didn't know. What's on this day? Yeah, just the 2 Towers. Well, I'll take the 2 Towers. Fine. I'll just see one. Oh, Deliverance. Is that
Squeal?
Friday 13th? It's on Friday the 13th. Missing. Frankenhooker.
Nice.
Offering. Mulholland Drive.
Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, 6:30 on Wednesday.
I don't get that, you bastard. Fuck you.
Hey, man, you can come over to my house. You can go. You can stay here.
I hate you for being in a big metropolitan area, and you get to watch the whole thing, and I don't. You suck. So I'm glad I'm going to William Shatner without you now, fucker.
That would have been cool, though.
Those are pricey tickets. They went fast, too. And plus, I have to go to Austin.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yuck. At least there's people we know there. Melissa wants to see him. Yeah, Austin's gross. Check Parev Mohan for YouTube for Real History of India. Oh, Avans. Yeah, Indian history is insane. Like, us Westerners don't know shit. We keep thinking we know shit about your history. We don't. We don't. It's fucking amazing. I want to talk about like you want to like adapt mythology, adapt Indian mythology. Holy shit, it's awesome. Justin Doyle. What about the Y Files for a name? We got a name. A great name for the show, Unsolved Mysteries. It's this pottery. And
I think that might be taken.
I think it's
sure.
taken.
It might be taken.
Look up Alaska Triangle. Also, here's a good name for you, Meteor Man Night. I like Meteor Man. Lance Johnson. Does that really say Lance? I think Federer might have. Okay. Oh, you're in Europe. It's like you're not the Lance Johnson I was in, like on my basketball team in junior high, right? From Encinitas, California. Lance was cool. All right. We're gonna have to go now because I got to look up these tickets. And I got to take Junior.
I got to purchase some tickets to Lord of the Rings.
I got to take Junior to school tomorrow, which means I got to get up early, which sucks.
Yeah. Oh, and I got a video to work on.
James L. Jesus. I'll look for it. I got to do the, hang on. You should have David. Oh, I don't think I read any of this. You should have David Weiss, DITRH on. I would love to see him flat smack you. Okay. About what?
I'd like to
David Weiss.
Get some counter information. That's cool.
Who's David Weiss? Is he on YouTube? I mean, proverbial smack me. I mean, I'm not going to take a smack.
Yeah, we fighting here? What's
Flat Earth Dave interviews. Yeah, like Flat Earth is bullshit.
Yeah, that's
like
that's not what we're talking about. I don't know
watch
if you watch this show.
Go to SpaceX and watch the launches, and when the Falcon gets to the atmosphere in fucking a minute, you see this round ball that's called Earth, and then it goes right back down, and it's round. Now, if you think that's a round disc, I don't know what to tell you, man. There's no such thing. Flat Earth. It's flat when we're here. It's flat right now, but it's round. It's a planet.
Maybe he tuned in when we were talking about how flat Texas is.
Well, David
maybe
Weiss
we were
is
talking
a flat
about
Earth guy. It says Flat Earth with David Weiss. It's like,
no,
I'm not going to go there. If you want to believe in a flat Earth,
that's too far.
That is your prerogative. But as much as I fucking hate flying, I've been in planes, and there's this curvy thing called the Earth that you see when you're in a plane.
Yeah, it's a little bendy.
It's a little bendy. Okay, but thank you for the super chat. If he wants to smack me down and hit me with the flat Earth logic, okay. Primark Vulcan for $4.99. Didn't have enough space, but the Lord of the Rings trilogy movies in San Antonio are showing Two Towers and Return of the King on different days, only in select locations. Oh, well, shit. I'll go different days.
Yeah, you might be able to find it.
You didn't have to give the super chat. I would have figured it out. But like, yeah, Saturday, I'm going to take my boy to Two Towers at the Alamo Draft House. I'm going to take the whole family because I don't
Hell
think
yeah. And it's the extended, right?
Yeah. Melissa's never been to an Alamo Draft House, and the food is good. Last time I was at one, New York. I think I was with you and Jeremy. Didn't you see Joker with us?
No, I saw Joker with Jeremy later that day.
You did? Okay.
Or the day after, I think.
Jeremy,
me, Jeremy,
and House Roundhead, me and Jeremy and somebody else. Cecil?
I watched it with Jeremy and Cecil.
Yeah, you watched it later with Cecil. I had to go earlier because I had to do a review. So I stayed up.
Right, you were recording a video.
I stayed up till 4 a.m. recording this. Like, I can't even believe. I'm like, what did I spend so much time on that review for? I look back at the review. That's right around. When did I hit? That's right around when I had 130,000 subs. It was right before COVID.
Wow, yeah.
But seeing Joker in New York was awesome.
That was a perfect environment to watch it. Did I tell you about the guy that came up to me in Times Square at 3 a.m. after that? So I was walking out of that movie, and we're talking about it. It's me and Brendan, and we're walking out. It's 3 a.m. in Times Square, and I'm talking about the movie, and then I just feel a hand on my shoulder.
Oh shit.
He just like pats me on the shoulder, and he comes around, and he goes, "Quarter black Garrett, I'm all black." And I was like, okay. I thought you were gonna stab me there for a second. But it was so weird. It was like, wow, some guy. It was like really early too. Whenever people would like say, "Oh, you're Quarter black Garrett," in public, I was like, 3 a.m. at Times Square. It's so weird.
Cecil is a funny motherfucker, and he's a good
Dude.
dude, really good dude.
Yeah,
And he's like really taking care of himself now. By the way, I'm really proud of him for that.
did a great job.
Dude,
He's
he's ripped. He's fucking ripped. So yeah, super happy for Cecil. I think
Cecil was talking nonstop for like 3 hours straight when I was hanging out with him. We went into the movie. He was talking nonstop through all the trailers and everything. And I was like, oh no, he's going to talk during the movie. And then the movie started, silence. It was good.
no,
And then
see,
after he started back up. It's like,
if you were with me, I'd have talked right through the fucking movie.
I'm like, shh, I'm watching this movie.
Me and my wife. That's why we go usually by ourselves, because we're like black folks in a movie theater. Okay, I'm just gonna say it.
Just how it is.
It is. That's how it is.
Having a good time.
Yep, having a good time.
Hey, Nina. What's up, Nina?
Is Nina in there? Hey,
Yeah,
Nina.
Nina's in the chat.
Hey, there she is.
Cecil is love.
Cecil is love. What's up, Nina? All right, we're gonna wrap it up. Garrett. So, what's the name of our show?
The name of our show is Forbidden Frontier.
Forbidden.
Well, actually, I put out a new poll. I don't know if we would have go by this one, but I put
Okay.
out Super Unknown Sundays. So sus. And that one did win the poll.
I would do Super Unknown. I don't know about Super Unknown Sundays.
You could just imply the final
We
S.
could. Now we can make that like if we do a weekly show and we do a Sunday special
special
we can
show?
do the Super Unknown.
We're saving the name.
So well, yeah, we're gonna keep the name because Coast to Coast used to have Dreamland, right, on the weekend, which was started out as Art Bell, but then it went to Whitley Strieber, who wrote Contact, Christopher Walken movie.
Really?
Yeah, that's Whitley Strieber's experiences, somewhat. He also wrote Wolfen, I believe. Am I right, chat? It was Wolfen he wrote. He was a horror writer. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I like that idea of having like a special day. Like Adam does that on his channel.
Simp.
We'll do.
Nina says she can't come to this country, and she's like the one person who's in fucking Mexico. Like you
could get here.
Like the easiest place to, especially, yeah. I mean, now that Biden's gone, he left El Paso. It's on. So
He waddled out of El Paso.
did you see him almost fall off? Like he had the wall. Did you see him?
Yeah, he was like,
Ah.
got a little bit of that vertigo.
I think his comic's almost done, isn't it? Bill Galactica, Cecil. I thought Cash Grab it got printed. I know there was an issue behind the scenes that he couldn't get into. 3 Guys, 1 Frontier. Yeah,
Eric.
I don't know. Speaking of comics, I was talking to Graham Nolan briefly. We got to get him on FNT, dude.
Yes.
Sooner than later. We got to get Graham Nolan was awesome, man.
Yeah, that was a great show.
Yeah, he's a good guest, and he can like hold a conversation. And it's not just about comics. He's a worldly guy. So sus is sus. Zeitgeist. All right. So yeah, it's what is it again? It's Forbidden Frontier. Forbidden
There it
Frontier. I like it. Let's do
I
it.
like it.
Thanks for all your help. Thanks for all your help. And we'll be back next Sunday. I hope so. I think the movie's like kind of during the day, right? So
you might be able to make it back.
Might be able to make it.
We'll see. We'll see.
If not, I'll let you guys do the show. You guys just do the show. You don't need me. You don't need me. Let the young bucks take it over. But we're definitely going to go way more into the next topic will be diving very deep into the mass extinction of the Younger Dryas. That's going to be our next thing. So they talk about it on Ancient Apocalypse a little bit. Joe Rogan's, I'm forgetting, it's episode 1918. Watch the whole thing. It's freaking brilliant. That's your homework. You're going to get homework on this show, but it'll be entertaining homework. Okay. So watch the Joe Rogan or listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, number 1918, The Alaskan Boneyard. And then we will discuss next week. Until next week. Ciao, Bella.
See you later.
Think of a sign off that's like super paranormal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sus.
Reach for the stars and scratch your balls. I don't know. Bye.